I realised I left my mic unmuted. That was really smart. Hey! Yeah, apparently I left my mic unmuted this whole time. Good job, Amy. So you probably heard my phone buzzing and me entering all my socials and doing all that sort of stuff. Alright, let's get the subtitles started. Hopefully today the captions actually work properly, because they don't seem to be working properly on my end, but hopefully. Beady Baby, Samsara, and Boone, who has a rename. Welcome in. It's so good to see you all. Yes, we're back. We're back to it. I don't even know what we're doing. It's a day today. Yeah. I'm in one of those weird headspaces where things just aren't clicking. Things aren't just working in place. I found out that I totally forgot that I had a meeting last night, but also the other people involved forgot they had the meeting, so it wasn't too bad. I realised 15 minutes ago that it was almost stream time, and I could have sworn it was like 2 hours till stream time, so we kind of sped through getting live, getting ready to go. I've been mucking around, doing a bunch of stuff. I finally uploaded a YouTube video after like 2 months of not doing any YouTube. Yeah, we've had a morning, but we're here, we're ready to colour. It's wonderful to see you all. Samsara, congratulations on getting first. But yeah, let me take you to the art screen. Don't know why I jumped to the screen. I could have jumped straight to the art screen. Give the camera a minute to load. There we go. So this is what we're going to be working on today. If I can actually fit it on screen, I may need to adjust my camera slightly. We'll find out. But this is what we're going to carry on with today. So this is from Kanoko Egusa's Kingdom of Curious Creatures. We did do a page in here semi-recently, so you may remember for a number of streams we did have this glorious rainbow sunflower page that we worked on, where we did clothes and washi tape and all sorts of bits and pieces. I really loved how this one came out. I will also note that I've started putting baking paper between a lot of my colouring pages, and this is something that I'm slowly working through in my colouring books, because I have had a colouring book become damaged recently. So, new addition to the colouring books is protective pages. But it's going to be great while I'm colouring on this, because I can lean on this page knowing that this is here and it will protect the page. If I can find a clip, it'll be even better because it'll lock it in place. But how is everyone doing today? As I said, I am a little out of it today, but I am here. I can feel the brain just not quite clicking in place. But there's been a little bit going on. Of course, we've had travel and we've had a few streams that we've missed because of charity stream and travel and all sorts of stuff. But we're getting back into life. I also had a doctor's appointment yesterday due to my hand and shoulder situation. Didn't quite get it sorted. I need a specialist referral, so we're waiting on that now. I'm also waiting on an x-ray, so the phone is on noise today, because I am expecting to get a phone call from the x-ray place to try and book an appointment. And that is my front door, because that is a book being delivered, so give me 2 seconds. Also, I brought myself a new blanket hoodie, and this one is a dress. It's great. My whole aesthetic now is blanket hoodies, and I'm not mad. We love protection. We do love protection. Protection. Always carry protection. Always use protection. Someone just called my phone, sneezed, coughed, and then hung up, and I'm getting sick of these cold callers. Oh, hi, Ryder. Oh, that's a good one. Especially because I'm sick at the moment, so. Yay! Present! Present that I ordered like 2 months ago. Look, we have a brand new colouring book. This is actually my first one by this artist. It is chunky. This is like a really fat colouring book. So yeah, this is something that I ordered a while ago. This is Fairies in Dreamland by Denise Klett. She has a mermaid one that I really badly want, but I haven't been able to find it. She also has gnomes and birds. She's got a really interesting style, so, but I really want to get the mermaid one. The mermaid one looks amazing. Yeah, really interesting style in terms of the fairies and stuff like that. So you'll need to stop getting sick. Yeah. Can you tell my body that? Can you replace my body? Can you replace my immunity? Yeah. Oy. Yeah, no, unfortunately, we're still a little under the weather. We're much better than we were. That being said, so I did stream on Saturday and Sunday. It was game streams because it was weekend. So we streamed Fae Farm, which is adorable and everything I wanted it to be, and I'm really enjoying it, and I can't wait to get back to it. In those streams, I did only stream for a couple of hours because the pain did start getting very overwhelming. So depending how I feel at the moment, right now we're okay, but we are drugged up sky high. If the pain does start getting too much for me, I am going to have to end stream early for me. I usually try to aim for about 4 hours. I don't know if we'll make it for the full 4 hours, but we'll go for as long as we can. But if I get to a point with the pain, I am going to stop early. And we may look at doing more frequent but shorter streams at the moment, because this pain's not going to go away anytime soon, and this might be the only way that I'm going to be able to continue streaming for a while, is to do shorter bursts of stream. But yeah, so I have been in I had quite a bad flare-up recently, and since that flare-up I've been having consistent pains and needles and burning sensations in my hands. So I went to the doctor about it yesterday, and we are investigating if the inflammatory arthritis is attacking my wrist. Possibly it is carpal tunnel, which sucks and is yet another thing, and I just don't really want to think about it, so we're just not going to think about it today. Instead, we're going to escape to this gorgeous page that I am freaking loving how it is turning out. It's looking very different on my two screens. I don't know how accurate the colour is right now. My two monitors are so vastly different. But yes. So yeah, we've done lots of like yellows and greens and blues. And then I know I want to bring in some browns for the mushrooms, but I don't actually know how to approach that. So I was going to look into seeing if I could find like a reference image for some brown mushrooms. Like I can just work and pull out some browns, but I kind of want a specific brown mushroom type. Let's see if we can find excuse me, brown mushrooms I can buy at the supermarket. Not what I want. You know, doctors, you want to attempt? Yeah. It's always wise to know, you know, like, I know a lot about my body, I know a lot about my health, but I'm also not a doctor, and I will go to the doctors because the doctors do know a little bit more. But also, I know my body, so these ones look like oyster mushrooms, and then we've got our sort of classic button mushrooms. And a lot of them are either a very, that looks like this brown rolled rim type mushroom. I have to be careful not to put my phone on too because I'm getting notifications left and right. Alright, but that could work. We could work with that. So let's pull out some browns. I'm also missing my colour charts. I wonder where they are. So how's everyone going at the moment? I hope you all are having a better time than me at the moment. What have you all been up to? I feel like I haven't caught up with a lot of people in a long time. Like, it's been a while since we've had a good stream, you know? I mean, yeah, I didn't stream for a couple of weeks there between the charity stream and sickness and travel and all that sort of stuff. So, definitely it's been a while, but it just feels like it's been even longer. Right, so these ones are more like a red-based gold mushroom. So we're going to start with that. Whoa, this music's crazy. Let me know if the music's too loud too. It seemed to write my little test, but also sometimes things change. You were busy, so understandable, and health always come first. It always will, yeah. It always will come first for me, so I will always step away if need be, because it's health, you know? Oh, I think I need to go through all my pencils as well and do like a nub check basically and figure out what I've got replacements of, what I need more of, because I feel like I'm getting low in certain colours that I don't have replacements for. But a lot of my little markings, so if you've seen on my pencils, some of them have little tape along the bottom. That is to indicate that I have a replacement pencil for it. But some of them are loser, have lost their little tape pieces. So I kind of need to go through and work out what I actually have replacements of. And I know I'm low on some pencils that I don't have replacements of. So I probably need to do a big pencil shop again. Which, I mean, do I mind? No, because I love shopping for pencils. I love shopping for art supplies. I got so many new colouring books. I might have done some sadness shopping. Things are okay on this end. I've been binging The Legend of Zorro, an anime version. Ooh. I recently watched the One Piece live action thing. I watched it when I was over at Samsara's. I have never seen the series, the anime. I mean, I've heard that there's over like 1,000 episodes or something ridiculous like that, so it's quite a lot to watch anyway. But yeah, I'd never seen the anime, so I knew it was about pirates. That was all I knew about it, because a mutual friend of ours is into it and had mentioned that it was about pirates, so that was all I knew going into it. I really enjoyed it. Like, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Not knowing the anime, not knowing the series, not genuinely being a fan of those. Like, I don't watch anime. I don't watch a lot of those things. It's just time, and I'm genuinely not like a big anime person, but I really enjoyed it. And yeah, it was, yeah, really good. So it does kind of make me want to go and watch the anime as well. But I feel like the series was like a really good pace and you got a lot out of it. So of course now I have to wait forever for the next season of it. It's okay, I'm behind on a lot of anime stuff. When I was a kid, I was into cartoons and didn't know. Yeah, I mean, I watched a bunch of cartoons when I was a kid for sure. But I also didn't watch what a lot of people probably watch. We didn't have cable TV. We only had like free TV, so it was whatever was on free TV. And then certain things were banned, like Pokemon. Still sad about it. And Reboot, it's not a cartoon, it's a computer animation. It was one of the first computer animated TV series. And it was centered around the concept of inside your computer. So like Gigabyte was one of the big baddies, and there was viruses and firewalls, and yeah, I really enjoyed Reboot as a series. I went back and watched it when I was an adult. I found a really bad copy of it, and I watched it all, and it was just like, oh, memories. Technically, they are cartoons. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing like calling a musical movie a movie. Like, yeah, it's technically a movie, but it's very clearly a musical as well. Like, it's sort of that thing. Like, it's its own genre, but it is also. So yeah, I can see it both ways. But also, there's like enough chaos in this world that we don't need to worry about those sort of things. Like, enjoy what you enjoy, watch what you want to watch, you know. People just need to chill out sometimes. What else have we been up to lately? Oh, I know what else. So I've had an idea for my Be Right Back screen on streams, which I'm really excited for, because with Wonderlandian on Violacious' stream, you get, when you earn a certain amount of points, it's similar to my You Drawn one, where you earn a certain amount of points and then you get a little character design to join Wonderlandian. And so that eventually will be sketched out, and there'll be a little version of me for Alice in Wonderland themed for my stream. And it got me thinking about my little mini-me that I sent through. And then I was in Pengy's stream recently as well, and I won a little drawing on there as well, which was like, oh my gosh. And so I sent through the same mini-me. I was like, I have this idea for my Be Right Back screen. So rather than just being like Be Right Back in the chat, I thought it'd be really cool to take these little versions of the mini-me logo design that I have and have like a little slideshow of all these cool people's arts to put up, and show off all these arts of the mini-me. So the mini-me that I've drawn, I should have actually preloaded this. Let me get an image. Okay. Browse. Doing stuff live. Not downloads. Oh my god, where did you even go? Not there. Documents. Let's go through 20 subfolders to get to my stream stuff, because I need to sort out my folder. So, I have this. So this is my little mini-me that I designed with me and Warda, and this was, you know, it's on my YouTube videos, it's my little logo. I did this for a logo update semi-recently, because I was just using a piece of art that I did in 2011, so, you know, it needed updating. So it's super cute and I really like it, but I sent this through to a few people for, you know, the prize redeem, Violacious and Pengy, and then I was speaking to PB and I was like, you know, you do cool arts as well, and PB's art's pretty cheap, so I was like, okay, I just got paid Twitch money, I'm gonna commission you. And so this is the plan as well, is that, like, I'm hoping some people might want to draw and just join in the slideshow as well, but then also I'm hoping to commission some people as well, but of course I don't have funds to commission everybody, and then some people might just want to draw it for the fun of it. So and the idea will be I'll just put everybody's art in the slideshow with accreditation of where to find them online and stuff like that. But despite PB's being the one that I commissioned and being the last one, it's coming because she got onto it, and it's so cute. So I got this morning, and it just makes me so freaking happy. Like, look at it, it's so cute. So yeah, I just sent it through, and I was like, look, the idea is you do this in your style, you interpret this however you want. The only things I ask that you keep is that my hair is dark blue, I am wearing glasses, and you keep my compression gloves on, and then if you show feet, I always wear socks. Those are the only things that I request. If you can include war dart in some way, that would be really cool as well, because the logo is me and war dart. And then yeah, sent this through, and of course it's my crochet rainbow jacket, and it's rainbow, and I was just like, oh my god, I love it. It's so good. So that will be one of the first ones in the slideshow when I eventually get the slideshow up and running, and we'll put Pencil Butter's info all down there. And yeah, just I love it. So I'm really excited to put this together and just show off people's amazing art and just have a little slideshow. I think it'd be really fun to put on the Be Right Back screen. Anyway, distractions. Half an hour into stream, we're already distraction. But yes. But it's kind of funny to me how originally, so when I first started Art by Amy Ward, I was aware that like branding is a thing. So I did end up using a piece of art for the logo, and it was this mint green, so everything was themed mint green, and for years my stream was mint green themed. And then I made the decision to rebrand. I think in like 2022 I did the rebrand, and I went dark blue because obviously dark blue is a lot more synonymous with me and my hair, and you know, dark blue is kind of my color. So I was like, okay, it makes sense, let's theme everything dark blue. And then very recently I made the change from Streamlabs to OBS, and I took the opportunity to redesign some of my stream again because I was like, I want certain things. And I did buy pre-made or get pre-made backgrounds because certain elements, I was just like, I don't have the spoons or the capacity to redo this myself. There's some pre-made ones out there that are very handy that have what I want, so let's just get that pre-made one. But I couldn't find anything dark blue and glitter themed, but I could find rainbow glitter theme. So it appears we're going into a little bit more of a rainbow rebrand again, but I don't mind. Rainbows are wonderful. So in the recent massive haul that I got of colouring books as well, I finally got the third Kanoko Egusa colouring book that I've been waiting on, the Symphony of Cute Animals. I can't remember. It's Symphony, that's the third one anyway. And then I finally got the Colouring Heaven 100th issue, because we are like 4 months behind, so we only just got the 100th issue here, which is of course the Kanoko Egusa special. So a lot of Kanoko's work at the moment. And if you are liking these really sweet little animal pages and you want to try colouring them, if you do !freebie in chat, it actually brings up Kaneko's website where she puts up free colouring pages that you can download and colour completely for free. And she put a new one up there recently, and it's pretty freaking cute. So if you want to try colouring but you can't afford a colouring book, which is absolutely valid, or you don't want to buy a full book and you just want to try, there's some really cute animal pictures available. Mm. So yeah, I know that I want to do the mushrooms oranges and orangey browns, like terracotta browns to dark browns. And then I'm not really sure after that what we're going to do. I don't know if I should do the mice grey or like... Maybe the mice should be dark brown and we keep the mushrooms more like orangey brown. Are you more this type or are you more flat type? You feel more like round type. And you feel more like flat. So I think I'm going to do you terracotta. Fucking hand. But yeah, the other thing, oh my gosh. It feels so bad having the phone on noise because it always, like, I get a lot of notifications, but also I need it on noise or else I'm not going to hear when I get the phone call for the x-ray. Although, watch it not come through on stream at all because I'm waiting for it. It's always the way. I think I have to replace my phone. Like, it's getting really bad. I mean, the camera is like shite on it. The componentry's clearly burnt out. It's really hard to take reasonable photos now on it, which is one of the main things I do on my phone. So I do like that function, but then it's also like becoming very slow and having difficulty processing just to even like, I tried to enter some information on a website earlier and it just wouldn't let me. I tried to send a message on Messenger and it was having difficulty processing me pressing the letters. And then the other thing is the battery. So I was on a phone call overnight. So I was, and my phone was on charge and it should be, able to still charge while on a phone call, but it did not. So I woke up with my phone on 12%. It did manage to survive, but it went down, and in the space of like an hour it was down to 9%. It has been on charge, and I switched charger. It has been on charge since 8 a.m. It is 10:30 a.m. and we are only on 54% charge, and that is with me not using my phone. So it is not charging, and it's also not holding a charge. So I think the battery is basically at broken point now, which isn't an issue when I'm around home and around chargers and can keep it on charge essentially all day, but it's a bit of a pain if you're wanting to like travel, go anywhere, go to appointments. Oh my gosh, when I came home from the massive day out with the doctors and stuff yesterday, and then I came home and the elevator wasn't working. Oh, such sadness. Such sadness. going to lurk for a bit. I'll be walking the doggo. I do need to prepare the carrier for the vet trip. Oh, good, Ryder. Give doggo extra pats from me and enjoy your walk. I appreciate the lurk. Thank you so much. We're just gonna be here using sanguine. I don't know, we're using this pretty terracotta color. And we're coloring some mushrooms. So cute. I'm still very tempted to pull out some white ink and just lighten in the center here so you get more like a, wow, that color difference. I just realized what my gloves are doing. This is the only issue with wearing these black compression gloves, because the, like, you get it a bit when I put my hand in here because the color balance is changing. But it's more noticeable when you've got the black gloves. I probably forgot to turn off the automatic white balance. Okay. Properties. I remembered to at least turn off the autofocus. Now it's going to be blinking in and out. Oh, it's really annoying since the update on my computer. Now I have to not only use my Logi software to try and control things, I also have to use the automated main software of the Windows PC. I used to be able to just do it through the Logitech software, but now it uses both, and it's freaking annoying. Right, how bright is that? There we go. That's actually looking better on both screens now. There's the problem. And now, Side-Pie, hello. Sorry, we're just dealing with some. There we go. Yay. The exposure was on auto, so it was changing every time I put my gloves in with the black gloves to compensate for the massive splash of black. But how are you, hun? Good to see you again. We are just working on this really super cute Kanoko Egusa page today. It's one I started when I was on holiday. I really love what I did with the background, so just slowly working away on some mushrooms today. Planning on using a bunch of browns for the mushrooms. I'm debating, because I've got these more golden terracotta brown mushrooms, debating if I want to make the mice dark grey or dark brown. I mean, we could do the mice a really odd colour as well. It's, you know, it's our colouring page. We can do whatever we want. But I know I want to keep the mushrooms in the browns. I'm doing good. Got a taco salad on the menu. Yum. Oh, that sounds good. Sounds actually really freaking good. I should make my, I think I just called it Mexican salad. It's probably not actually Mexican, but, you know, it was one of my go-to lunches for a long time. It was basically everything that you put inside a burrito, but in salad form. And then I would also bring a little packet of corn chips and crush those up and put them on as salad topping as well. Like nacho salad, burrito salad, I don't know. It was delicious, so I really enjoyed it. I'd make like a corn salsa and jalapenos and have some like spicy marinated chicken and lots of lettuce and veg. It was delicious. I always looked forward to lunch when I had it for lunch, because I also had I still have it, a salad container where it's like a bowl and then it's got a tray insert in the top, so I put like all the dried lettuce and dry bits in the bottom, like carrot or corn. If I wasn't doing corn salsa, I just put like corn kernels in there, you know, your dry bits in the bottom, and then in the top I would put like the wet and the cheese and stuff, and then just take that tray and flip it upside down and dump all the bits in and make it together for lunch. Then crush up my little packet of corn chips and dump that on top for some crunch. Such a good lunch, such a delicious salad. Oh, I haven't had that in ages though. Wonder if I have all the ingredients. I'm pretty sure I have corn. I know I have salads, some salad stuff. I don't have any tomatoes. I do have lettuce and carrot. I don't have any onion, not onion, capsicum. I have some rotisserie chicken that needs using up, so I could season that. And I of course don't have any corn chips, but it's okay, it's still delicious without it. That could be a good dinner. Last night was ramen crab carbonara. Yes, I saw the recipe. It's not my cup of tea because I'm not a fan of carbonara. Even with your not dairy recipe, I'm not a fan of like the creamy sauces. I just find a lot of it very bland in one note, especially with like pasta. It's just heavy creaminess. And that's not my thing. Like, I like tomatoey pasta sauces because the acidity of the tomato helps cut through, but even then I don't eat a lot of pasta. Pasta is very painful in my tummy, so that being said, when I was at Samsara's, we did end up buying a box of gluten-free pasta that was made from corn and rice, and it's the first time I've eaten like a really reasonable sized portion of pasta and not had as much of the tummy issues. So that was like really good. I was like, holy moly. That's when she made Vi's pasta sauce recipe, the goulash one, which was absolutely delicious. I smashed so much of that, and it was made better by the fact that the pasta also didn't hurt me. So that was really delicious, and I need to make some for myself. Extra spicy. Alright, so that's all of those ones. And then, do I do the flat ones the same colour? Because I kind of feel like we might need to bring up some of this terracotta. Although we can always come back to it. Like, it doesn't have to be done right away. We can come back to it. Oh. It's so weird losing sensation. You're actually really starting to hurt with that on. Yeah, you're gonna just rock off for a while. So, are you back home now, Side Pie? I hope your travels were safe and you're doing alright considering. have to watch dietary restrictions with motherhood. Yeah. There's certain things that I'm not meant to eat for various reasons. Like certain foods are inflammatory triggering. So there's a lot I'm not meant to eat for inflammatory, and then certain things just don't sit well in my stomach after stomach surgery. But honestly, like, like I'm not meant to eat dairy at all. I still do, because a life without cheese, like, life is already hard enough. I love cheese, which is funny because I don't like cheese sauce, but cheese sauce and cheese are very different things. But yeah, I'm aware, like pizza, I love pizza, but I'm aware what it does to my body, but I will choose that. And certain foods are just worth it sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. This morning, for example, I had yogurt and fruit for breakfast. I'm not really meant to have yogurt. I did have a Greek yogurt with minimal lactose, but also it was a very light, easy breakfast. It meant that I had a reasonable breakfast, which is very important before stream, instead of just grabbing a pie. And, you know, I was able to take all my meds. I was, you know, looking after myself. You gotta pick your battles, basically. And that's it. Some days it's just like, what do I want to choose to battle with today? I am in so much pain in my shoulder, I don't care that this cheese pizza is going to hurt my tummy, because while it may hurt me physically, it's going to nourish my soul, and soul nourishing food is what I need today because I'm battling so much else. So I will eat the cheese pizza. I heard that term recently for food where you eat that's not like maybe the most nutritionally good for you, but it's soul nourishing, and I was like, that is the perfect way to describe eating something for making yourself feel better. Oh my god, side pie, I'm so sorry. That's a lot. And not what you needed to come home to. Well, I can't, like, I'm sorry. It sucks. Make sure you're looking after yourself. Make sure you keep on hydrating and taking meds, and just keep on looking after yourself. And I just hope that things get better for you, because that's a lot for you to deal with right now, and that sucks. Honestly, life has been treating a lot of people I care about recently very rough, and I'm so over it. Life just needs to, like, leave us all alone for a while. That's why I've been colouring so much, because it's like, I don't have to live in this world. I'm gonna go and create my own world. Yay, problems don't exist. That's a healthy, responsible attitude to have to life, right? I'm gonna live in a polar bear blanket hoodie and colour fairies, and that's my life and nothing else. So one of the things that I'm going to have to do at some point, and I might even do it like as a Discord stream and just do it as a Discord chat, because it's going to be a project. As you can see over here, I've got a piece of tissue, not tissue, baking paper, just working as a little protective page. I've started doing this in a few of my colouring books. So I've done it with like the other page that we completed in here recently, this one. So it's in here protecting. Although I realised I've got one more work in progress in here. Okay, one day I'll get back to. Did I? Oh, I did do it on this one too. Good, Amy. I did complete this book. So I've got this Christmas work in progress page. I started for mid-year Christmas and didn't finish, so I do need to finish it at some point. But I've started putting the baking paper into my colouring books. Now I haven't done this previously because I wasn't a fan of like adding bulk to the colouring books. It doesn't add a lot, but it does, you know, you got a colouring book with enough pages in there, you're going to add a bit of bulk by adding a piece of baking paper between each page. Although, how many colouring books have I coloured in with enough pages coloured that it would significantly add bulk? One colouring book, Mythomorphia. Like, because this one's 50% done, so this one's got a lot. Sorry, we're taking a little detour while I wait for my hands to wake up again. So yeah, Mythomorphia, I have a goal to complete this book this year. It's probably not going to happen because I've taken an impromptu 2-month break and now I need to do 10 pages every month for the rest of the year to complete this book, which would be possible if I do nothing else, and I don't want to rush it. So probably not going to be completed this year. Just saying, I'm going to keep trying to work on it when I'm inspired, but I'm also not going to push myself. But I have a page in here, the whole book's falling apart by the way, where I was kind of trying to push myself to complete this page. Like, I've got pages in here that have taken ages that I love. Not those ones were quick. Like, we did this one on stream. I love Rainbow Troll. And this one, this dragon, Chinese dragon page, took so long, but I love it. I love how it turned out. And like our rainbow gnomes, somewhere in here. Anyway, I'm about 50% completed with this book. I love it. But I have a page that I was sort of rushing, which is this one. I was using the wrong type of pencils that don't work well in here. I wasn't sure what to do with the background, so I just painted it black and I added a bunch of this enchanted shimmer to try it, and I added it on too thick so it went all like streaky and globby, and I hated how it looked. And then it was really tacky, so I left it for 5 days to air cure and it wasn't tacky anymore, so I closed the book and I didn't open it again for a month. And then when I went to open it, the page was stuck together. Now luckily, because this book is loose and when these pages were stuck together, I could come in from this side and get a bit of space in here because this is where all the colouring is. So I was able to get in there to separate it because I was really worried about ruining this page because I love our trans flag minotaur. I love our trans minotaur. This is one of my favourite pages in the book. But yeah, now I've got this mess to clean up. Hate the page. Don't know what I'm going to do. And so now I have to go through and start adding this to every page because I'm really paranoid now that this is going to happen on more pages and it's going to happen to a page I actually love. I mean, I don't care about this page, so it's fine. Like, I'll figure out how to fix it up and I'll figure something out. But for now, I hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. But that's why we're starting to add baking paper to all the colouring pages. And doing my best. Isa's pretty much couch out here helping Mama Pie and I. He's the one that makes sure we eat and stuff. Glad to hear it. Bro's been at work, staying at the apartment, helping me with things at the restaurant. That's fantastic. I'm glad you have support. Because yeah, when you're dealing with a lot, self-care is usually one of the first things to go for a lot of people. So glad to hear that you've got somebody looking after you. It's very important. Alright, we've got 7 minutes till the first ad break. So let's see if we can get all this burnt ochre down. And then we're going to head into our first ad break. So because of the moment I am in quite a bit of pain, these ad breaks are even more important. So we will be taking our full 3 minutes It may even be a couple of minutes longer. I will probably put on the Be Right Back screen and do like a full stretch, stand up, walk around the apartment type situation to make the most of the ads, because, you know, I don't want to stop streaming after just an hour. So we're going to do everything in our power to keep our body loose and limber and feeling good as much as we can. Also, it is just about time for pain meds. And if you have not already, make sure you take your meds today, because meds are important. We do encourage taking your meds as prescribed to you by your medical professional. I'm really, really hoping that I don't have to wait like months upon months on end to get this pain sorted, because it's hindering a lot of stuff. And like one of the things that I was hoping to do in November was October. Next month, basically, probably October, I was hoping to maybe do another personal charity stream, and looking into some options for doing another big charity stream. So obviously I had the Yes and stream that I helped out in, but I have done my own ones before, and I think I'd like to do another one, because it's really fun and it's a really great way to raise money for really important causes. So we did one for mental health, and that was really fun in March. We did that big, I think it was like a 12-hour stream we ended up doing. We ended up colouring for 12 hours. Chat broke me with the donations, because I was expecting to raise 200 and we raised like 1,200. It was a lot. It was amazing. Y'all are just amazing. So I'd really love to do that again, and maybe work on like rewards for like donating or something. I know I'm kind of planning it in my head and figuring out what I could do, but all of this relies on me not being in pain. And if the pain issue that I'm dealing with at the moment isn't sorted, then it's not going to be feasible. Even like playing a video game for 12 hours is not feasible right now. You're just tired as sucker punches? Yeah. Also make sure you get water. Yes, that is a very good point as well. We should hydrate. I have only drunk energy drink in the last hour. And I just dropped the lid. Another problem at the moment. Oh, no, dropped it again. Fudge, where did it go this time? There. Come here. Oh. Ooh. On the plus side, the internet seems to be stable today. Alright, so I think we will use one of my favourite browns, Nougat. It's just a really good dark brown. And use this to darken some areas. I think I need to sharpen you. You're a bit blunt, possibly. We must have some schools visiting the museum or something, and they're taking their mid-morning break on the open space next to my apartment, because I'm just hearing kids screaming right now. It does happen because the museum and the public library are just in the same vicinity as where I live. So, you know, sometimes they'll do school trips to the museum, for example, which is it is actually pretty interesting to go for a little wander around the museum. I haven't done it in a while. I should go back and have another nosy. You never end up doing like the touristy things in your own hometown, unless you've got somebody here visiting from out of town and you do it with them and you're like, oh, yeah, no, this is actually pretty cool. Alright, you would cast a shadow. You would cast a shadow. I don't even know if this is picking up on screen. Kinda looks like it is. Oh my gosh, I need to get back to playing favs. Like, I've been trying to save it for stream, but honestly, I think, because, like, my game streams are once a week, and I don't think I want to wait a whole week to play favs. I could keep on playing Stardew as well, like, you know, I've got things I could play off stream that saves favs for stream, but also I'm just itching to play more favs, and I don't want to wait till Sunday. But there's no reason why I couldn't do some midweek streams if I felt up to it, you know? And had time. Just really depends on how we feel. Fud! Hello! The page looks so cute. Thank you. It's okay to play off stream, right? Or just playing. Tell us what you've been up to. Yeah. I might have to, but it's also like favs so new. And I'm trying to avoid anyone else playing through it, so I don't know what's going to happen. And I kind of like just discovering it on stream with everybody. But also I don't want to... I'm just being impatient, really. Like, it's not like I don't have 101 other things that I could be doing until Sunday Fun Day streams. Like, I'm not lacking in things to do. I'm just itching to play it. But that also makes the Sunday streams more fun because I look forward to it. So it's like, I get to play favs today. I think also because I haven't been able to stream that long. Ah! I forgot about that. I am sorry. Right as Fud comes in, we get an ad break. Of course, of course. Well, I did say I needed to stop and do a good stretch. Oh, goodness. So, let's do a stretch. Let's find our pain meds. I did bring them out. I know that much. This time my codeine is in like the massive sheets. I normally get it in a little glass bottle, but this time they gave it to me in a sheet. And it's weird. Oh, the stretchies. Oh, the stretchies. Let's eat potato chips. Got like 3 ads. I'm gonna get ice cream now. Good choice. You got 54 seconds as I say this. But yeah, it's wonderful timing, Bud. Right on an ad break. Pretty traditional for around here. Right, ad break time, everyone joins. It cracks me up. It happens every time. Right, do I want anything else while it's an ad break? I don't need to go to the bathroom. I had water. Still got energy drink. I had a couple of potato chips. I have candy if I want some candy. I might want to clip my hair up. I do have a clip. I'm cool being an ad tank. It's amusing given how tiny I am. Yes, we do appreciate our ad tanks. Unfortunately, most of our tanks are based in America because you do get the most ads. Because most of the ads are targeted towards you. For the Kiwis that visit, we tend to get not that many ads. Because there's not that many that are targeted towards us. But with that, we should be back from the ad break. Thank you so much to everybody who went to Adland and battled the ads for us. I hope you enjoyed your Adland sword. You did battle wonderfully. It's greatly appreciated. Because not only does it remove the dreaded pre-rolls so that people can join us immediately just before the ads so they don't get an ad before the ads, but also it's an hourly reminder to me to stretch, to move, to hydrate, to take meds. And it's very, very important that I get this reminder because otherwise I'm in a lot of pain and it sucks. I think my hair's too long for this clip at the moment. Okay, that'll do. That'll hold it in place. Alright, so we had some water, we took some meds, we had some energy drink, we had a couple of chibbies, we stretched. Everything still hurts, but I think we're okay. I think we can carry on. So yes, let me catch up and say hi to Fudd properly, who arrived in just as we went back to ads. Ryder, welcome back. I hope your walk was wonderful. And yeah. Samsara, hey, thank you for the lurk, lovely. I presume you're doing the work lurk again. Appreciate you being here. And of course, Fudd, Side Pie, thank you so much for battling all the ads for us. Oi. I have too much here, it doesn't want to stay up. Okay, that'll hold for now. There's a piece hanging down that's probably going to annoy me, but that should hold for now. So good. I enjoy the ads to tell me to do the same thing. Yeah, I don't mind hourly ads. I like them when they run on other people's channels as well, because that reminds me hourly to also get up and stretch and hydrate and stuff like that. When I'm watching streams, because it's also very easy to lose track of time. Alright, so now we've got our light yellow ochre, and I think we're just going to use this as our all over colour. Walk went well, may go back out there again later. Good idea. I miss going for long walks. It used to be one of my things that I would do each day is just go for a really long walk, have a audiobook or a podcast playing and just go for a walk and just listen. And I really, really enjoyed it. It was a really wonderful time to sort of just calm my brain. I can't do that anymore and I miss it. I do still try to do walks where I can, but usually it's sometimes it's just a couple times around the block, and it's not quite the same because it's not like I'm going for a in Taranaki we have this beautiful coastal walkway. It's really lovely to walk along. It's by the ocean. It's beautiful on a nice day. On a rainy day, obviously it's not because it's outdoors, but it's really lovely to walk along. But basically for me to get there is my walk around the block twice. And then I still need to walk. So I end up just walking around the block, but it's not quite the same because it's like the centre of town and there's always people walking and noise, and it's like not quite the same as going for a walk along the foreshore where it's just listening to the sounds of the ocean or yeah. Or I used to go for quite a bit of walks around Pukekohe Park, which is, as it sounds, a park, but it's got lots of like bushwalks and lakes and fountains and waterfalls. And it's just pretty and you can hear the birds. It's definitely not suitable for a walking frame though. Nope. I return. I have ice cream. Ooh, what kind? It's my reward for dealing with flat inspection stress. Oh, is it over? Is it done? It's New Zealand made ice cream. It's a little pot of vanilla choc sundae. Yes, I know the one you're talking about. The Kapiti individual sundaes. Fudge, they're good. So good. So expensive, but so good. Yeah. Ooh, chocolate. They do some really gorgeous non-chocolate ice creams too, though. But sci-fi. And they do some really glorious sorbets as well. So if I want ice cream but I don't want to risk the dairy for the day, they do some really good sorbets. They also do, again it is chocolate, but they do a vegan ice cream that is berry coated in chocolate. It's like their berry sorbet and it's a dark vegan chocolate. It's so good. It's one of the best vegan ice creams that I've ever tasted. Yeah, they do good plain vanilla bean. Their vanilla bean is really good. Yeah. It's still stressing. No! Oh, I hope it's over soon. Actually, Fud, I just remembered something else I was going to ask you as well. I was going to message you at some point. Are you planning on doing Armageddon Labor Day weekend? Because I am contemplating taking a bus up to Auckland and hitting up Armageddon and catching up with folks and staying with my aunt and uncle over Labor Day weekend. So, you know, if you're there, it makes it even more because then I can catch up with you. And this time I won't be behind a stool, so I can actually come and properly catch up with you. I mean, I know you'll be working a stool if you're there, but, you know, I can come catch up with you and maybe give you a break so you can wander around too if you want. You agree to those terms? Excellent. You have a Polymix character named Agus. I stayed up till 4 AM and my room is still messy and I didn't get everything done. Oh no. But I tried my best and worked hard, so now I get ice cream now to reduce stress. Heck yes. Yep, Whoop and you are going? Fantastic. Excellent. I've got a couple of people I think who are going. So yeah, I just have to work out if I can budget bus and then the cost of admission, although maybe I might do a sneaky with some of the vendors I know and see if they would let me purchase a vendor ticket through them because it's so much cheaper for a vendor ticket. Yeah, and then I also have to just check that my aunt and uncle are okay with me crashing with them for the weekend, which I'm sure they will be, but obviously still got to check. And then yeah, it's just factoring in the bus to get up there, the buses to get over to Armageddon, and then some spending money and stuff like that. But other than that, I think I'm going to do it because I did obviously bus to Gisborne and get to stay with Samsara and really enjoyed that, but also discovered that the bus is very doable on my walking frame. And they're very lovely about the walking frame, so I feel a lot more confident taking buses now to go places, which frees up a lot of travel options for me, because one of the things about losing my license was the fact that I was like, I'm going to be stuck now in New Plymouth. I can't travel because I can't just jump on a flight, because here you can't take your walking frame or crutches on a flight, and if you can't mobilize without those devices to assist you, you have to bring somebody with you when you fly to help you mobilize, because they won't put you in the wheelchair on the plane, even though they won't let you take your walking frame on the plane. So it's like, well, flying means I have to bring a whole extra person just to help me to fly. So that's not an option. Yeah. Hopefully after flat inspection you can get back to creating. I hope so. I really hope so. Yeah, that one is much more of a cost outlay, but the change of scenery and size and quality of the show make it good. Yeah. I haven't seen who... I haven't seen everybody that they're bringing in. Like, none of the guests particularly, like... I'm not going for any of the guests, but I think it'll be fun to just go up for a weekend and catch up with folks and stuff, and then, like, you know, as well as that, I know, for example, with you and Whoop, with your stool, like, there's two of you, but also it means that I can come along and say hi to you, but also, like, if you want to go for a wander, I can kind of, like, crash behind your stool and sit for a bit, and then you can go for a wander, because I've worked stools before, so you'll have somebody there who can help you for a bathroom break or bring you coffee as well. I know, I think Ange is planning on going as well, and then Ange, which will also mean Caitlin, and then, oh god, who else was going that I was talking to? There's somebody else that I was talking to that I was thinking of going. So there's a couple of people that I can go and catch up with. Yeah. Yeah, I was a bit worried about, my bag, because I literally took what should have been a checked bag on as a backpack, but they didn't even question it, and I saw many people bringing like 2 bags onto the bus. So next time I do it, and then I found out it's only $10 extra for a checked bag anyway. So next time I do it, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually, rather than trying to load everything into one freaking heavy suitcase, because I did have to apologize to the bus driver, because one of them was like, oh my god, your case. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, but one of my bags is the walking frame, and so I had to cram as much as I could into the suitcase, because it was, you know, a long holiday, because it's one of my bags. And he's like, yeah, that makes sense. It's like, I would normally try and spread it between 2 bags. Yeah, the memory foam cushion is a good trick. That's what I've got under my butt now, and that's what I will be taking next time. I learnt a lot on the trip the first time. The Gisborne to New Plymouth trip, I learnt a lot. Number 1, portable charger, because my phone died within 3 hours. I was like, my phone was dead for most of the trip home. Luckily when we got to Tikawiti, we had to change buses, and we changed to a newer bus, and they had chargers on the bus, so I got to charge my phone on the way home, but the battery in my phone shit anyway, and it died instantly, which sucked. And then, like, the bus, like, Gisborne to New Plymouth is a 14-hour bus trip. It's a long trip, but every 2 to 3 hours you stop for a reasonable amount of time. And then I explained to the bus driver, like, about my back situation, my inflammatory arthritis, and I just said, look, if we have a situation where you've got like a couple of people that you're going to load on, and you know it's going to be like 2 minutes or so, can I just get out of the bus and do a stretch, because it's really going to help my back not lock up, which means I'm not going to fall down those stairs when we do get to a big stop. And the bus driver was like, absolutely, because the last thing I want is you falling down those stairs, because A, you're falling down the stairs, but then also paperwork. And I was like, exactly. I don't want it, you don't want it, none of us want it. So, like, when we got to Whakatane, which wasn't a proper stop, but he had 6 passengers to load on, so he just goes, hey, we've got 6. And he actually said to everyone, you know, we've got 6 passengers, so we're going to take a couple of minutes here, so you've got time to run to the bathroom. Be quick, but you've got time. And then just looks at me, and I'm like, with you. So I was like straight down those stairs and stretching and hopping around the whole time. Yeah, and so that was really good as well. I didn't bring memory foam cushion, but I also had a great time with memory foam neck cushion with a clasp. That's also smart too, because that was something I was struggling with, was my shoulder. So yeah, that's something I would probably invest in as well for the long trips. The memory foam cushion's good as well. Lap blanket I didn't, but I wore one of my blanket hoodies, so I took that off, and that worked as a lap blanket, but it was also a hoodie. And then I had headphones because I was planning on playing music, and of course the phone died, so that didn't happen. Yeah. But yeah, there's a few things I'd do differently next time, and more food, because I did not pack enough food. And the food stops are expensive. And then the other thing as well is I didn't realise when we got to Rotorua we had nearly an hour, and the bus driver had actually offered to take out my walking frame at any stops I needed to, which I said no to because I was surprised. I'd never had that offered before. But had I realised the Rotorua stop was nearly an hour, I would have asked for it then, because I could have gone for a really reasonable sized walk and really gotten some movement in, but also just gone for a bit of explore because we had time in Rotorua. So, yeah. Yeah, New Plymouth to Auckland is 6.5, so it's definitely more reasonable. Yeah. Yeah, the New Plymouth to Gisborne, it's actually the Gisborne to Auckland bus, but it stops in Hamilton, and then you transfer at Hamilton to New Plymouth bus, which is Auckland to New Plymouth. So that's how it's done, and it's the same the other way. You go on the New Plymouth to Auckland bus, but at Hamilton you transfer from the Auckland to Gisborne bus. And yeah, it was a really good trip though, and everyone was really good about it, so it made me feel a lot more confident about taking the bus places and just feeling a bit more confident in the travel and people being okay about, you know, like I was trying not to be a pain, but everyone was just really lovely about it. So, but it's exciting because it frees me up for a lot more travel options now, and that's something that with the loss of my license was really kind of messing me up, was just the fear that I was going to be stuck in New Plymouth and not be able to travel places unless someone would travel for me or pick me up or stuff like that. And I don't want to be that person. I want to be able to, you know, go and travel somewhere if I want to. So, and while it's like, you know, I can't just literally go, I'm going to go to Palmerston North and leave right now. No, I have to look at a bus, figure out when the bus is, jump on the bus, figure out accommodation because I probably couldn't return same day type situation. Like, it's not going to be impromptu travel to another city. It means I can travel to another city. I did look at travelling to Wellington this weekend because I've got a couple of friends who are in a show that I really want to go see, but not quite feasible. The accommodation is where I'm screwed. Could afford the bus ticket, can't afford the accommodation. I found I got super used to bus travel. Yeah, see, I used to travel all the time by buses. I'm not unfamiliar with buses, because before I got my license, that was how I travelled. Buses around town, and then I would travel all the time around the country on the bus. Auckland or Wellington were the two places I went. Mostly Auckland because I got family up there, so I would travel up for Armageddon or go stay with my aunt and uncle. Like, one year I went up for New Year's just randomly because I was like, I'm free, buses were cheap. This is back when the first ticket on any run of Intercity only cost $1, so I used to book tickets like 9 or 10 months in advance, grab that first thing where it was like $1 each way and then $4 booking fee, which was more than the tickets, and then just randomly go up to Auckland for a weekend because it would cost me $7 to take the bus all up to go to Auckland and return. So it was like so cheap to go up to Auckland if you booked out like 10 months in advance. And then if something happened and I couldn't redeem that ticket for some reason or another, it's like, it's $7, you know? Yeah. Yeah, long haul trips aren't so bad. It makes me kind of want to do the South Island as well, because there are buses that just tour the whole South Island, and it's a really beautiful trip apparently, because I was talking to the Rotorua to Hamilton driver, and she actually used to do those intercity runs down in the South Island, and she was explaining about how, like, they're not as popular now because there's not as many tourists, but that was what she did for a long time, was the South Island tours, and it was literally, they would just circle the whole South Island and do it as a specialised tour one, and they would go through different locations and sceneries and stuff, and it's like, oh, that's really neat. Yeah, I think it would be a really nice little, like, section trip, you know, like doing small sections of it and then finding a place to stop in the night and then having like that tour. I have done the bottom because I used to live in Dunedin, so I've done Dunedin, Invercargill, Queenstown and Wanaka, I've done that area a little bit. We did go to I did go to Christchurch once pre-earthquake, but I never got to explore it. Me and an ex-partner were dropping off his mother for a thing. So we just literally were driving her. We had like an hour while she did this thing, and then we drove back to Dunedin. So never really got to do much at Christchurch, and I really regret that. And then I did catch a bus from Dunedin to Wellington, and that included the ferry. So, but that was overnight, so I didn't see anything because it was nighttime. Yeah, so that's, like, I haven't really done most of the South Island and not a lot of the picturesque. Like, Wanaka's pretty picturesque and Queenstown's pretty picturesque, but it's very commercial. I'd like to do, like, the Milford Sounds and those sort of more pretty remote ones. Right, where'd my picture go? Alright, so underneath the mushrooms is actually a bit of a darker brown. So I think we'll start working some of our dark browns in here. My grandpa gave our family a holiday. It turns out plane tickets to Oz were cheaper than the South Island. Yeah, I could see that actually. Funnily enough, when my nana, my mum's mum, passed away, and she got her inheritance, she used a good portion of that to do a family holiday, because we had also never been on a family holiday. We'd never been able to afford it. And I wasn't living at home at the time, but that was when I was living with the ex-partner in the South Island. So they decided to drive the entire South Island, my mum, my dad, and my brothers, and then we joined them in Wanaka, and we did that bottom section till Dunedin. And then they carried on from Dunedin, but we got to join them for that area. So that was really nice because, again, we had never ever been on a family holiday. Like, we'd done mini trips up to Auckland where we stayed with family or stuff like that, but we'd never been like on a, like, stay in a motel holiday or something like that. Something where it wasn't done as cheaply as utterly possible. So. Yeah, I have been overseas once when I was 18, and that was because my aunt paid for me and my cousin to go to Australia, and that was when I graduated high school. It was my graduation present from her, which was amazing and not expected at all, and that was incredible. And that's where I got to see the Lion King. That's why we went over to go see the Lion King, which was touring, the Broadway version. And that's what made me fall in love with theatre. Seeing that production, I was just like, this is incredible and something that I want to do. And yeah, and then I went off to my first, not university, I went to a Polytech, but I won a scholarship there from my high school in my art. And so I did visual arts because I was like, I guess I do arts. And then I started having a bit of a breakdown. And now, looking back, having the hindsight vision, as you do, the school actually offered theatre and stage production degrees where you work in television, media, stage production, and it all is about behind the scenes. And when I started having my breakdown and I went to the on-school medical campus about what was going on, when I was talking to them about it, they were like, you clearly don't, like, you enjoy art, but this is not clearly what you want to do. What do you enjoy? And so I explained about how I really enjoyed, like, the theatre production and stuff like that. And they're like, we offer theatre degrees. You know you can change your degree, right? Like, you don't have to do art. you can change over. Like, take the rest of this semester, because we were only a few weeks away from finishing this semester. Take this semester, recover, and then next semester, let's change you over. Let's put you into a degree you're passionate about. A lot of people do it. Me at the time thought that meant I was a failure. So instead I ran away. Not really the what you should do. But, you know, started a whole nother journey. Started a whole nother thing. Yeah. Can't look back and regret, but that was something that I did look seriously into, is actually doing a degree that was surrounding theatre and stage production. The Polytech also worked with TVNZ when they were based up in Auckland. So, for example, a lot of the students in this degree worked on Shortland Street, which the Kiwis will know about in this channel. But they did a lot of the set stuff for Shortland Street. That was a big part of the degree, and you actually got to work for the degree on the set of Shortland Street. But yeah, it's another life. It could have been a whole nother life. I could have been working in a whole different field. It took me many years to make my way to the theatre and get involved in the theatre. And I do. I only do one show a year, though. It's all I've really got the energy for. It's all I've really got the capacity for to give in terms of time. It's just my one show a year. Our brains are silly sometimes, but also, you know, if we didn't have a brain, we wouldn't exist. So, and I could sit here and regret and go, oh, I should have done this, I should have done this, I should have done this. The journey it took me on is what happened. It's part of my story, it's part of my life, and things happened for that reason, you know? And just if I had changed degree, it wouldn't have solved what was going on mentally, because there's a lot more to solve mentally that was going on. So, there's still a lot to solve mentally. And solve isn't even the right word. Like, I hate that idea of when you talk about your mental health and people are like, oh, these pills will fix you or something like that. It's like, no, like, yes, things are difficult right now, but the concept of fixing you means you are inherently broken and inherently wrong. It's not wrong to feel that way. We go through periods of our life where things aren't great and things are more difficult. And, you know, like an antidepressant or an anti-anxiety medication, it's not about fixing you, it's about making things easier, being gentler on yourself. It is a form of self-care and self-love. It is not about fixing you. My antidepressants are my brain vitamins, because I know my brain does not produce enough serotonin. So I take an antidepressant that produces serotonin so that I can function and carry on with life. Now, some days are better than others. Some days they don't work as effectively as they should. But they do help. It doesn't mean I'm inherently broken. It just means I work a little differently. And some of the challenges put in front of you just have to be accepted. Exactly. It sucks. It really freaking sucks. And I would love to be able to just click my fingers when I can click them, when I can feel them. I would love to be able to click my fingers and just solve all the problems. It's a very hard thing. Like, for myself, I will struggle through and carry on and be like, that's fine, but I just want to instant fix everything for my friends, and we can't. But it's also, it doesn't necessarily need fixing. Yeah. Radical acceptance. Yeah, radical acceptance is something that I had to learn as well. And it's very, it's a weird space to be in. It's something I still struggle with, but I am very much the type of person that does see the world very positively and tries to see everything in a very glittery rainbow way. Part of that is a coping technique, because I know when I start to focus on those areas of the world that are grayer and darker, that I become very grey and dark, and I don't want to put that energy out there, because I am a big believer of you are the energy you put into the world. I want to be a positive light force in this world, so I am trying my best to be a positive person in this world. And to do that, that means I do view the world very positively. I do put a positive spin on a lot of things, and I try to keep things light and happy and stuff. And I know that I'm not always, like, I still talk about, like, we just talked about some very interesting things, and it's not always the most positive, but there's still a way to talk and discuss and think about these things while still keeping yourself in a positive, happy mental health space. Like, I can look back on what happened in my life and be like, oh, this happened, this happened, this happened. Or I can be like, okay, this happened, this happened, this happened. It sucks, but I can't change it. Let's learn, let's grow from it. Let's use our story to help others. Let's you know, try to take what we can from it and make a positive out of it. So, you know, like, this disease sucks, but in finding out about this disease, I've connected with a whole bunch of people. My family has been tested. We've found out some things, you know, related to genetics in our family. It's opened up new opportunities for me that I wouldn't have had. I rediscovered colouring and fell in love with colouring and created a whole new, like, channel around colouring and really enjoy all that. Like, you can find the positives to focus on. So that's what I try to do in life. Yeah, I don't believe in the just world, but I do believe we should try to make things as good as we can to help people to learn to love and care for ourselves in the community. Exactly. Yeah, like, unfortunately, the world is a very cruel place, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't try to make it better. But also, you shouldn't, you know, put yourself in places where you end up harming yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, just because somebody is also, you know, taking advantage. Is that the words? I don't know. I'm at that point where the words are starting to jumble again, and I'm rambling. This is probably a good time to mention as well that we have a command in here. Oh, I should bring up the trigger command. We have a command called new scene. If we ever get too intense with what we're talking about, feel free to use the words no scene, exclamation new scene, and we'll move on to a new topic. We seem to be getting into something a little heavier today, so I'm just going to put that out there. I do keep this space as safe as possible. I can't make everything safe for everyone because I can't be aware of everything, but I do try my best to keep it safe. But if we are talking about stuff that you find too intense and you want to move on to something else, you can't hear what we're talking about today, exclamation new scene, no questions asked. Always there, always available. Oh. Oh, so weird. So weird. So, one of the things, for those that missed it earlier, I had to go to the doctor because I keep on getting pins and needles in my hand. And, like, these 3 fingers, if you've ever, you know, you've sat on your foot for a while and then you put your foot out and you get those pins and needles as your hands are starting to wake up. Oh, it's such a weird feeling and I hate it, and it makes me keep wanting to do this and shake it out of my hands, but it doesn't shake it out. But it's just a weird feeling. So if you keep seeing me do this or drop stuff with my left hand at the moment, that's what's going on. Because it feels like it's asleep. I'm a human pillow at the moment. Oh, human pillows are freaking comfortable. I think you do a good job. Aw, thank you. I try. My middle name is Joy, so, you know, I kind of have to be joyful because I'm literally joyful. Like, it's in the middle of my name. I'm also a prize because I would. Had that before, it's weird. Mine went away, no idea what it was doing. Possibly might be something I can help you with. Yeah, I had a doctor's appointment about it yesterday, so. Baby! Hello. Was that high enough? Is that high pitched? Does that match your Amy? I don't think it does. Your Amy's a pretty legendary. But how are you going, lovely? Oh my gosh, the legendary PB. Also, some of you didn't get to see it. Look at this. Look at this. It's so good. It's so good. This is drawn by Pencil Butter. It's me and water, and I love it. On my Be Right back screen, eventually there's going to be a little slideshow showing some art of my little mini-me logo that I have of me and water, and BB sent through this one this morning, and I freaking love it. I freaking love it, and I'm so excited to put more drawings up there of me and water. But oh, I love it. I love the jacket, I love the rainbow, I love the hair. It makes me want to plait my hair today, but I couldn't be bothered. But I love it. It's so perfect. It really is perfect. PB, you did an amazing job. Also, PB's commissions are open if you want your own art, just saying. I'm trying to wiggle out, but he's like 60 pounds heavier than me. I don't draw humans, but a cat version. Yeah, you can do a cat version. It is absolutely fine, Ryder. I have cat ear headphones. I don't think there's any battery in these at the moment. No, because I left them off. But yeah, I have cat ear headphones. These also light up rainbow. You had to do the sweater. I love that you did the sweater. It's so good. I need to create another one. Not that I can crochet at the moment. Although, apparently my feed recognizes that I'm having issues with my left hand because I keep on getting recommendations for compression gloves, splints, and those rings, tension yarn rings for when you're crocheting, so you don't have to hold your yarn. You just hook it on the ring. I got like 3 of them yesterday. It's like, what's going on? Oh, you're supposed to ask Samsara something? I forgot. Ooh. I'm sure it'll come to you eventually. Happens to me all the time. I think of something and then I'm like, what? Or I will start typing a message and then I forget to send the message. And then I come back to it and I'm like, wow, I was meant to send this 6 hours ago. No wonder I haven't heard back. Speaking of cats, I should finish a drawing of Pinky's cats. Yes. It is perfect. I am so excited. I'm so excited to do the slideshow. So I've got to just put it onto a little something with PB's details on it so that, you know, we credit PB properly. And then it'll go up until we get a second piece. And then when we get a second piece, I will start the slideshow. I'm trying to get back into art. It's been hard lately and my dog doesn't allow me to sit down for long. Yeah, it can be. It's definitely my like comfort thing, colouring. But sitting down to sketch, like I have to purposely sit down to sketch now. If I feel like being creative, I will grab the colouring books. Are we back? Are we back? We're back! Alright, let me get my captions restarted. Because of course it thinks it's a new stream. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. We like legit just straight disconnected. We lost everything, so I don't know. And it's still showing my bitrate is unstable. No, it wasn't you, Phoebe. That one was my internet. And I said earlier that I had like really good internet lately and I hadn't had any internet issues. And then I laughed and I said, watch me have internet issues lately because I just cursed myself and we had an internet issue. Oh, goodness. And because of that internet issue, we are about to have ads again. We were actually, you know what? I've got 2 snoozers. We're going to snooze. We're going to snooze because then the snooze will line up with when the ad break was meant to happen anyway. So we will snooze. And then the ad breaks will still line up with the hour. You won't all have to go into an ad break just because we restarted stream. And then we should be good. Yay! Hi. I love the internet. It's so wonderful, right? Always the way. But yes, what I was saying was I somehow ended up on the discussion of a new colouring book. It's a new Dungeons & Dragons colouring book. And I don't know why this reminded me, but I did a little flip through of it. And it's got a bunch of, like, covers of colouring books of the D&D books. Like, it's got a bunch of classic images and monsters and stuff like that, but it's also got covers. So, like, for example, Strahd. We've got Strahd Daddy there, and then we've got Mordecai there on that side, but we've got Tasha in here, Zampa and his pet goldfish. But then look, it's Tasha. Samsara, you can colour Tasha. So good. So yeah, new D&D colouring book. To add to the piles and piles and piles of colouring books. Alright, clear off all the stream notifications. That's okay. You can blame ESO on that too. Alright, that's a wall of text I will read later. Okay, cool. That's all caught up. Right, so let's get back to this. What were we actually doing? So yeah, for those that missed it, we are working on a page in Kanoko Egusa's Kingdom of Curious Creatures. Super cute animal colouring book. If you are wanting to try colouring, I've really got to stop clicking that in front of the mic. If you are wanting to try colouring and you like cute animal pictures, if you do exclamation freebies in the chat, it's the link to Kanoko Egusa's website where she actually has uploaded a bunch of her colouring pages that you can download and colour for free. So you can try colouring. I don't believe this page is up there. There's like 10 or 12 of them. There's some really cute ones up there. So, yeah. But yeah, I started this one when I was over in Gisborne, and I really, really liked the background. I think the only thing I want to do is possibly grab some white ink and just lighten the center a little bit, so it's like a little bit more faded and like a light source in the center. But I'm also very scared that I'm going to ruin the background because I freaking love the background. For custom made dice, I'm trying to remember, does Samsara, does Ange do custom made dice? Or, because I know they've got the dice box sets and stuff like that, and I feel like they do custom dice. I'm trying to remember. Ange is our friend that we play Pathfinder with, who's part of Flightless Nerd, who's another one that's going to be at Armageddon. I'm trying to remember if she does custom dice. I do agree though, Samsara's dice are very pretty and I feel very special to have a set. They are a lot of work though. I'm really excited. I got to see some of the experiments that Samsara did. She's got a pile of my pencil shavings, which she's trialing putting into dice and seeing how they look. It's really cool. And then I think what would be really cool to finish off the set is to take a chunky D20 mold, but load it with my nubs, which are like the tiny, tiny, tiny little pencil ends. So you have like pencil shaving regular size dice set and then a chunky D20 that is filled with nubs. But I'd need a lot more pencil nubs. Or I just need to grab like a cheap set of pencils and turn them into nubs. So Ryan doesn't have a pressure proper. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. There's a little bit that goes into dice making for sure. I love watching, like, oh my gosh, a custom made dice where they have the liquid center dice. They're just so mesmerizing. And then like all the dice are like interesting shapes as well. And it's like, I don't see how this is balanced, but also it's so pretty and I want it. I have no need for more dice. I still want dice. I think I will forever want dice. But it's the same thing as well. I've got so many sets of like regular dice now that if I buy a set, it's probably going to have to be like a really special custom type set because I don't really need dice for dice sake. I have a lot of dice, but of course I was running the library program and the library couldn't provide any dice, so I brought like 60 sets of dice. Don't know what they're doing now with me not being there in terms of dice, because I did warn them, you know, you're going to need dice. They have like 3 sets and one of them's incomplete. I think I'm vaguely familiar with Ange and Flightless Soon. Yeah. Possibly. It sounds like Ange. Ange is great though. So, yeah. Ange and Caitlin run the stall. They were also both in Yes Ange. Caitlin was Group 1 and Ange was Group 8. Caitlin was the bard that was singing. And then Ange played the Barbie Fairy. Jasper. Yeah. So if those are triggering anything for you from Yes Ange, that's Ange and Caitlin. Yeah. Yeah, you'd even need like dried flowers or these like those really specialty fake flowers, but they'd have to be really, really tiny. I think there's like some faux scrapbooking ones as well that you can get. I don't know. She seems to be into the floral Nana style. Nana styles are where it's at. I'm telling you. Cozy cardigans, blankets, and cups of tea. There's a reason we are the G Squad. Actually, a cup of tea sounds really lovely right now. I might do that on my next break. I might make a cup of tea. A cup of tea? I don't have any biscuits, or else I would have a biscuit with it as well. Oh, I should grab biscuits. I grabbed real basic groceries. I did grab chicken nuggets. We could do chicken nuggets and a cup of tea. Although I think I'm also almost out of ketchup as well. I might have to check that. It's very much not my vibe. Yeah. And that's valid, you know. Everyone has their own style. Rock what you like. My style is I want to be freaking warm. I was joking to the doctor yesterday because I went to the doctor's in a blanket hoodie. Not the full length dress one with polar bears. I went in a plain blue one, so it's a little bit more appropriate. But I went in and I had to obviously remove it so she could inspect the shoulder and the hands and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I know this isn't like really you know, it's a blanket hoodie. These are designed to be worn around home, but also it's freezing. I'm cold and being cold hurts. So she just cracked up laughing. She's like, trust me, I've seen much worse in here and I'm with you. If I could get away with wearing mine here, I would too. But yeah, I now have 4 blanket hoodies. But I do like this one. This is the full length one. It goes right down to my ankles. So it's actually a dress. And it's great because it's also keeping my legs warm. Which is the issue with the actual other hoodies because they're not long enough to cover my legs. It was a debate between the polar bears or the sharks. So I went for polar bears. Yay for dress hoodies. Heck yeah, you get it, Vi. Also, hi, Vi. How's Tears of the Kingdom going? I still just have the one, but I think I will get another one. Yeah, the ones that I've been getting from Mighty Ape, they're really not too bad in terms of, like, the quality, but also the price of them. Like, this one, so this is the full-length one. So like I said, it goes to my ankles, which I can't show you because I don't have the capability of stretching my legs up that high. Also, nobody wants to see my legs. This one on sale was like $30. Yeah. You love your dino hoodie, Blinky? Might get the shark one. Yeah, the shark one's cool. I'm pretty sure I sent you the link, didn't I? Because it comes in the short version, but it also comes in the full-length version. Yeah, definitely not for you, Side Pie. Not on Satan's ass crack. You don't need the heat. For those of us in the cold, yes. I accidentally did a shrine, then we switched to nerding out in Final Fantasy. Nice. Nice. Cold where I am. Yeah. Ooh. Crack. Crack goes all the hands. By the way, I finally figured out how to stream with the Xbox without needing a capture card. I just have to use Xbox Companion on my computer. Yeah, so that's probably similar to the PS4 one that I used to use as well. Use Streamlabs. Heck, yeah, righter. That's awesome. So does that mean you will also have a microphone when you stream as well? We'll be able to talk a bit easier. You can use your mic as needed. That's fantastic, Ryder. I'm really glad to hear that for you. I know they'll make a big difference. Ugh, one of these days I have to sit down and sort out all the transfer of my commands and get the bot stuff sorted. Ugh, one day. It's a big job. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you were here before when we disconnected, right? Stable internet is kind of needed no matter what. Ugh, internet issues. Gotta love internet issues. I need to take a shower and get on the road. I had to find my tools on the shed and take a phone call. Saying hi. That's all good, Vi. I appreciate you popping in and saying hi. I know you've got a lot to do at the moment, so I appreciate you being here even for a moment. Make sure you are safe while driving. Take lots of breaks and rest and, you know, keep safe out there. And I will look forward to catching one of your streams when you're back. I do like these mushrooms. I do like the color of them. I feel like they're a little too orange or terracotta, so I might go over them with the raw umber that I'm using on the stems just to sort of tone them down a bit. But I think once that's done, it should be good. But we are just about to head into an ad break because, of course, somebody new arrived in stream, which means it's ad break time. Always the way. But yes, we are taking this ad break again. I do run these every hour and they are super important because they are my hourly reminder to stretch and hydrate and move around, and it's very much needed for my joints and my bones. So I do appreciate you all sitting through the ads, which also removes the dreaded pre-rolls. So hopefully you won't have to go to Adland and battle too many ads for us, but for those of you that are about to go to Adland for us, we appreciate your sacrifice. I hope you enjoy your temporary sword to battle the ads with. And we will see you, legends, back in 3 minutes. Look at that. Right as we finish off that stem. Still going to go over the mushrooms, but finish the stems right on the ad break. And exclamation ad. And to those of you that get the secret behind the scenes, enjoy as Amy does nothing for 3 minutes. Ooh, we are going to go and boil the jug. Because I did say a cup of tea would be lovely. Oh, I really need to clean up this back of the kitchen. New front of the floor. So much trash everywhere. Where is my tea bag dish? Alright, cup of tea is on the go. Ooh, am I immune to ads? I swear I haven't seen an ad since I've been here. Heck yeah. Oh, that's awesome, Ryder. Maybe. Twitch has decided on the tank today. 8 ads. Oh my goodness. Well done, Side Pie. We appreciate your service. We appreciate you for going into battle for us. We have 10 seconds left. The jug is just about boiled. I will go finish making my cup of tea and then we'll be back. I really need to clean up around here. So bad. I still haven't even finished unpacking from the holiday. I put away like my bathroom stuff, for example. I did do my makeup this morning. I did put that away. And by put away, I mean I put it on the counter in my bedroom, the drawer set. It's still half packed in the travel bags instead of in the actual containers, but we'll get there a little bit at a time, you know. So many car ads today. Oh goodness. I also don't drive. You're happy with your scooter of Zoom. That's a good name for a scooter, actually. My mum has a ride-on scooter trike type thing. Oh, like if I had room to park it at my place, I would have one because it's fantastic. And it's what I need to get around town, and I could probably find a way to mount my walking frame on the back so that I can like clip my walking frame in place and then like drive up to the supermarket and then unclip my walking frame and walk around the supermarket and drive back. It's what I need, but it's like it could not go in the elevator here, and I have nowhere downstairs I could park it. So yeah. Today's your truck's gotcha day. Aw, cute. 10 years, my goodness. I couldn't afford a truck, unfortunately. I'd like to, but not at the moment. I do need to look at getting a new phone. That's probably going to be my next biggest expense. It's finally charged at midday. Your truck is old enough to get its own driver's license. Alright. It's 12:07, so I just have to check something, and I check around midday every day. Ooh, power bank. That's what I actually need. Very low rating. I mean, that's kind of what I need. Get one recharge. Okay, so that doesn't actually have much. One recharge is not much. Also, if I do upgrade my phone, then I mean, I still should get a power bank. I'm sure I have one somewhere. But yeah, I probably do have to upgrade my phone. I'm so sad. So I have an S9, to give you context of how old this phone is. And I got this S9 they were pretty new when I got the S9 Note. So I want to say 2016 is when I got this phone. Maybe 2017. Yeah. So it's an old phone. Like, I mean, they're doing the S23 now, so it's very old in terms of models. We've had the S10, the X or whatever, and then the 20. And they went 10 to 20, which is weird. And then 21, 22, and now 23. So there's been a lot of upgrades since I got this phone, right? Because my hands are numb at the moment and I'm dropping a lot of stuff, I dropped my phone. Now, I have dropped it a couple of times, but when I've dropped it, I've either managed to catch it or, you know, I haven't dropped it significantly. But this was like a complete drop smash. Not just me, like, accidentally dropping it onto a desk. This was me using it, losing all sensation in my hands, and me dropping it to the ground hard. And it now has its first ever crack on it. That is the first crack I have on this phone since 2016, 2017 when I got the phone. Like, I'm pretty good about keeping phones safe. It doesn't have the case on it right now, which is part of the problem. I normally have a case on it. But I had to take it off because the finger scanner is like, it doesn't work with a case anymore. But yeah, like, the battery is barely holding on. The camera, it's getting terrible for taking photos. The phone is going. So I'm probably going to have to bite the bullet and get a new phone. Which is going to add another $60 or so to my phone bill every month, which, because like, you know, if I'm gonna upgrade, I'm gonna upgrade to one of the latest models and do the same thing, hold on to it for as long as I feasibly can. Sandwich! Hello! You. Thank you. Thank you. It's so good to see you, hon. Welcome in. Thank you so much for subbing back to the G Squad. Enjoy your complimentary cup of tea. It's very hot. Don't burn your tongue. How are you going, lovely? It's wonderful to see you. I hope life is treating you well. We're just talking about phones, and I'm sad because I've got my first ever crack on my phone, but the phone is like 2017, so I really can't be like too mad. It's had a good life. It's on the way of going out. There it is. Yeah. Like, considering it's a S9, I think I can justifiably look at replacing it, but I just really hate to do it. I'm alright. Super busy with sewing and wig styling. Ooh, exciting. I'm so excited to see your drag outfit. It's going to be amazing. I cannot describe how much I hate styling this wig. Oh. Oh, well, I hope I can make it a little better at least by distracting you with cute mice and mushrooms. This page is freaking cute. I do love it. I also really, really like the background. It's nice to be very happy with how a page is turning out. Yes, yellow. Yeah, you see all the yellow. Yeah, when I started, I didn't plan on doing like this sort of colorway, but I actually really like it. And I think the mushrooms are going to be like browns and yellows, and we're going for a very warm palette, I think. So there's probably going to be a little bit more yellows and oranges and those sort of tones worked into it. I think the flowers down here, I might end up doing like a yellowy orange, just to bring a little bit of like this terracotta into the flowers. I think that'll look really pretty. The phone I set to lose is your old BlackBerry. Made it through Hurricane Florence, no problem. Yeah. I begrudge having to spend money. Not that I don't mind spending money. I mean, God, I shop like nobody. I mean, you just saw the colouring books. You know my colouring book situation. I begrudge spending money on things I don't deem fun. I just want to spend money on presents for myself, which a phone, yeah, okay, that's kind of a present for myself, except it kind of is classified into the same thing as like a fridge, a microwave, a new laptop. Like, yeah, I can have fun with a new laptop, a new cell phone, but I'd rather buy a colouring book. Yeah, but it's got to be done, so I'll just have to bite the bullet and do it at some point. I don't know what this thing is at the bottom of this mushroom. It's very weird. Alright, so and there's my phone buzzing again. You had it since 2007. Damn. Yeah, like, honestly, even with the battery issues, if my phone was usable, I would carry on. I mean, it is still technically usable. The issue is the camera, and the camera is one of the things that I use the most of, but the camera components are designed to systematically degrade over time. It's one of those, like, forced extinction things that they do, like with iPhones, how they plan out the obsolescence of it by making certain things not function after a certain amount of time, or not supporting stuff after a certain amount of time, so you're forced to upgrade your phone. It's the same thing with the componentry in Samsung. The camera, the more you use it, the more it's going to die, and I've used that camera a lot, and that componentry is not designed to last forever, which annoys me because, you know, the camera is something I use a lot on that phone, and it is my camera to capture photos of my art, and it's getting to the point where the photos aren't even like editable to make them fixable. I'm having a lot of difficulty posting art online, and I'm just not posting art because it's so difficult to capture a picture that looks like it's meant to post online. Yeah, planned obsolescence. Yeah, I hate it too. I just think it's ridiculous. Like I would rather pay a little bit more for a quality phone or a quality product that I know is going to last 20 or 30 years. Like, you know, those old washing machines. Like, I had a dryer that I was using until recently. And the only thing that was broken on it was the plastic componentry, because it was 30 years old and the plastic was too brittle. So the automatic timer wouldn't work. So I just had to remember to set an alarm to turn off the dryer. And then I forgot to do that once, and I freaked out that I nearly burnt down the building. Nothing caught fire, but it was definitely very crispy smelling on those sheets. So, you know, that stopped me using that dryer again, because I was like, no, too close. But yeah, that dryer is at least 30 years old, and it is still technically a functioning dryer. It still works. It is good, solid dryer. I've got one of my grandmother's sewing machines from the 70s. Still works. Fantastic sewing machine, because the componentry is quality. Like, there are certain things that, yes, age has changed, but they're the type of things you can also do maintenance on and fix. Like, we could find a repair person who could probably fix that dryer. It'll probably be cheaper to buy a new dryer, but that new dryer is probably only going to last 5 years. Yeah, it's just stupid. And now, like if I upgrade things, like my heater broke recently as well. So in my laundry room, I have a dehumidifier, which I used originally to help dry my clothes until I managed to borrow this dryer off my mum. And now the dryer's gone. I was using a heater because I don't have anywhere outdoors to dry my clothes, and so I need a way to dry clothes from the washing machine, so I was using a heater, but the heater's broken. So now in my laundry machine, I have a broken vacuum cleaner, a broken dehumidifier, and a broken heater, because of the fact that these things aren't designed to last so long. And it's like, well, what do I do now? Like, these are big, massive appliances that I need to get rid of. It's not exactly like I can just chuck it out in the rubbish. So they just live in my dryer until I can figure out how to dump these things. And it's like, we're just going to dump these electrical appliances, because what can you do? It's just a waste. It's like the computer chair that I've got behind me. You may just see it. It's there with the washing, which is dry. That was done before I went on holiday. Oh gosh, I should put that away too. But the computer chair that's there, I got that from my brother because he was like, oh, one of the wheels is broken. It's like, well, that's fixable. You just get a replacement wheel. You know. But a second wheel is broken, but when I got the replacement wheels, they actually sent me 5 wheels. So I just have to take the clothes that are on it, put them away, and then flip the chair upside down and take that wheel out and replace the wheel. And it's a completely functional computer chair. Yeah. I love it when I've got phones that last forever. The last phone was horrible in terms of life. Yeah. Yeah. Only lasted 5 years. Yeah. And that's what I'm finding a lot of the time. And that's what I hear a lot of, like, people who have got phones and they only last a couple years now. It's like, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Fud. Yeah, hardly anyone works in electronic repairs now. Because there was that place on the main street in New Plymouth that was an electronic repair shop. In fact, I think there is still one. I haven't been up that way in a long time. I should go and wander up there because there's a good cafe up there too that was reasonably priced. Probably not anymore though. And they were electronic repairs. They were by the theatre. Yeah. It was where he worked? There you go. Ah, small world. Yeah, I did wonder because it's like that was the only technician repair shop that I could think of off the top of my head. But that was there for years. Yeah. Yeah, 5 years is a long time. So the fact that my phone... PB might be able to answer because we got our notes, we got our S9s pretty similarly. Like I got mine a couple months after you got yours. Do you remember when we got the S9s, PB? I feel like it was 2016 or 2017, like somewhere around there. Yeah, yours was a 10. I think before that, did you have the 9? I feel like we got, or maybe I got the 9 because that was all that was available over here and you had the 10. I feel like we got the 9s at the same time though, and then you upgraded to the 10. I don't know. I feel like something in my brain is telling me 2016. So the fact that, you know, it's 2023, like 7 years. It's old. It's really old. I'm aware it's old. It's well past its time. So again, I can't really begrudge the fact that it needs an upgrade, but I also begrudge the fact that I have an upgrade. Yeah, so 3.5 for your Note 10, and I remember you upgrading to a Note 10 while I had my Note 9, and I had that for a while, so. It might be, yeah, it could be. Because I do remember you upgrading to your Note 10, and because we were talking about Note 9s versus Note 10s for a while. I don't know, weird memories, but yeah, I'm going to put it that it's at least 6 years old, so. I just begrudge spending money on it. I don't begrudge spending money on colouring books, except for when they're shite. Do you guys want to see one of the shittest colouring books I've ever brought? Excuse my language, but do you want to see one of the worst colouring books I have ever brought? It's on the... I'm probably never gonna colour these bookshelves. So, I was browsing one of the stores that I frequently buy colouring books from, and they had a bunch of colouring books that, like, when they order in these books, they usually come in a 2-pack. So they order one because somebody has requested it, a certain one for one reason or another, so they have to order a 2-pack. So there'll be a second one. And those ones they'll mark down because they'll sit in their warehouse for a while because no one wants it. So I will often browse these and score some bargains. And they had a bunch that they listed. So I got like 9 colouring books recently. Ooh, in fact, let's grab a couple of them. Grab that one. What other ones do I get? I got a bunch of random ones. That one. And that one. Oh, and these ones. Okay, so here's a few of them. So I got a bunch of these, and these were really cheap colouring books because of the deal, right? So a couple of them are really, really fantastic colouring books. One of them I did send to PB to show her because I had to. So I got the I got the Supernatural Monsters, Demons, and Spirits coloring book. And at the back of the book, it actually has a bunch of stills from the show. Now, I've never watched the show. It's on my to-watch list, right? But, so it's got references, so you can actually colour and have a look at them, and use it as reference. And the paper is interesting as well, but it looks really good. And I was like, well, that would be a really cool Halloween colouring book, right? And also maybe it'll force me to finally start the show, because this has been on my watch list forever. So I think I'm eventually going to be starting Supernatural. So that was a really cool one that I got. And then I got this one, Queer Animals and Plants. Now, I have to be really careful about what I show on screen, because this book is not safe for work. I'm going to put that out there. There's some very interesting descriptions in here. Okay, so this is a plant one, for example. Now, the paper in this is terrible. This is like novel paper, like book paper. This is not colouring book paper. But it has a picture of the plant or the animal and then information about it, but also how it's queer. So this one is a type of plant that will switch between a male and female pollination. It's got like, obviously, gay penguins. It's got like animals that are intersex, animals with no gender. Turns out, for example, a certain type of bison, male bison, like to get penetrative, and it talks about this stuff. So it's a really interesting book. So these were great bargains. These I was so happy with. They're fantastic. Even though the paper's not great in this one, I just think it's a really interesting book. And then we got some others that are kind of like, meh. You know, like this one, the Witchy Woman Colouring Book by Black Magic Colouring. It's not my favourite thing in the world, but it's still really quite cute. There's some really cool images in there. It's just really thin. There's not a lot in there. And this one, it's like, meh. It looked cute on the cover. It's meh. But I don't mind it. I'll find a use for it. And then this one, like, this one I was pretty disappointed with. This is not what it was advertised as. But I was like, well, maybe I'll just grab out felt tips and just treat this as a felt tip one. You know, just when I want to just quickly colour something. You know, it's a shame it's not single-sided, because it would be really good for markers. But whatever. But then we got the worst colouring book I actually have ever brought. It says cute and easy, right? Yeah, exactly. It's just like, I'll just make it a felt tip one or something, or I'll just give it to my niece or something. You know, it's not the end of the world. But then we got this one. So, per the cover, looks fantastic. Per the back page, looks actually kind of cute and interesting. I was like, okay, this looks alright. Again, this is cheap. I was like, alright, we'll try it. I couldn't find any information on it online. So note this creepy little mushroom with this creepy little face, which is pixelated as heck. Note these button mushrooms. See how these are all kind of just placed on the page? And then we get here, and look, it's that same mushroom just kind of drop placed into a page. And then it's that same thing just kind of dropped in a page. Like, it's terrible. There it is, just kind of placed in a page. And then look, it's just 4 of them placed over a Palm Beach scene. Just like boom, 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 boom. The same freaking 4 mushrooms. Graphic design is my passion. Whoever designed the mushroom colouring book. Right? I try. And then look, normal mushroom colouring page. This creepy mofo right here. Creepy mofo again, and it's the exact same thing. Like, it doesn't even change. It's the exact same thing. And then, oh look, we'll just put these 2 random button mushrooms in front again, and then this frog just chilling in the air. A bear with the same mushroom. it's just like, I got this and I'm like, what the fuck were people on? And then we're on this one where they obviously were like, oh, probably we shouldn't put these same clip art, copy and paste images on this page. So, yeah. Yeah, exactly, PB. That is what they have done, is they've stolen base images. This is a not great colouring book. They've either stolen images or they're using a terrible clip art or possibly even AI generated. It is horrible. It is a horrible colouring book. And I'm just like, what the actual fuck? Like, this butterfly page and then these mushrooms, which are clearly different, stacked on top, and there is like a big mushroom in the background, so they probably just googled a mushroom colouring page and then stuck this on top. Yeah, it really is an awful colouring book. See here, like the clouds in the sky, they didn't even erase where they chucked this clip art on top of that one. Yeah, AI probably would do it better. So I think that's all. I don't remember if there was any more of the creepy mushroom guys. But then we've got like this here with this fairy house. And then it's the same fairy house, like the exact same thing, just plonked in there. So I don't, there it is again, plonked in front of a horse image, as you do. So yeah, it really is one of the worst. Now, this is the one where I looked at this and went, okay, this is clearly stolen because I know that is one of the Disney fairies from the Tinkerbell series. I'm pretty sure it's from that one. But then we've just got a bee with no wings in the air with the cloud half coming through it. Yeah, it's just like, oh my god. So yeah, I don't know if I contact the company that sold this and be like, so you're aware, you know, this is what's going on, but also if I return it, it's going to cost me the exact amount it cost me to get the book to return it, and I don't get postage covered. So, and because of the delay of me getting home, it's also past the 2-week mark. So yeah, that is the worst colouring book I have ever brought. That's an ant. No, it's a bee and I will not hear otherwise. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it. I feel like I should do something with it because it's so awful. But no, it's not an ant. I refuse for it to be an ant. Yeah. I don't even know if Aya would like it, to be perfectly honest. Like, it's pretty shite. I'm sorry, so it's a trip. It's a terrible colouring book. Yeah. I mean, I laugh at it. Luckily, it was fucking cheap. So, well, I say that, it's still like $12 for that bullshit. But, yeah, like I said, it's gonna cost me, I think I worked out it's like $10 now for me to ship the book back, and then you get like a 20% restock fee. So, I'm gonna lose money sending it back. And honestly, it cracks me up so much. No. So the Life is Strange one should be better. Now, I can't remember. I'm just going to pull it up because it's still on my wish list. I haven't ordered it yet. However, I think that's another one that will come in as a double pack. So I will grab it as a double pack. I'll grab the extra one that comes in when your one comes in, probably. Or I'll put it on the next order. But that's on like one of the next ones to order. I mean, these like 900 colouring books on my wish list to give you a concept. So on this one website's wish list, these other websites, I have... You sure it's not below the floor? Let's just search for it. It's going to be way easier. There it is. What I want to know is who's the publisher. Life is Strange. It doesn't show on the image, does it? No, it doesn't. Life is Strange coloring book. What I want to know is if it's Lom Publishing, if it's Dark Horse, because they do a lot of the nerdy ones. Publisher, Titan. Okay, do I have any Titan colouring books? Because this is a way to tell what the paper's going to be like. Oh! Do they do those ones? Okay, they do the Godzilla colouring book. They also do the Rick and Morty. I'm not surprised they do Horizon Zero Dawn ones as well. Oh, they do the Beauty of Horror ones. Okay. Chai? This is the same publisher. Ooh. And this, the paper is fantastic in. So, don't have to worry. Much, much better. This is also another one that I need to work in for Halloween. I have done nothing in this book. Oh my god, be right back. Potty break. Last so hard I activated my bladder. Well, yeah, go for your potty break, but also I'm glad. Like, at least the book is bringing us joy. Like, we're finding hilariousness in the terribleness, you know? And that's okay. So, yeah, no, it looks like it's an officially published, like, that mushroom one looks like one of the Amazon self-print books, where you can just upload and create a colouring book. This is why the market has been flooded with terrible colouring books. There's a lot of like AI generated colouring books now. There's a lot of really terrible clip art colouring books because there's like if you go on YouTube, there's a bunch of videos of people being like, make lots of money on Etsy with digital colouring books. Make lots of money on Amazon self-publishing thing with colouring books. And they're like, go to Canva and get these images and slap it on there and then write a word and have that in the middle and you've created a colouring book. Technically, by Canva's actual copyright information, you can't do that. But there are so many videos about people saying you can do that and you cannot. And also, so many terrible colouring books now. Laughing and peeing are both important things. They really are. I've read fan fiction on fan fiction. That's better than the whole mushroom book. I feel like that mushroom book is its own fan fiction. But yeah, because the Life is Strange one is an officially produced colouring book, like it is official Life is Strange merchandise, it's going to be already a lot better because it's through actual official channels. But yeah, if you're ever unsure, let me know because I will usually be able to find out who the publisher is and then I usually have another version of their book. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be exactly the same because like recently paper, like the cost of paper has skyrocketed, so a lot of colouring books, their paper quality has gone down because paper is now really expensive, like a lot of things in the world, but it's really affecting colouring books because the quality of paper is so expensive. So either artists are having to keep their good quality paper if they can source it, because it's also sourcing the quality paper. If they can source it, they have to put their prices up, or they're having to switch to thinner papers. And that's what happened, for example, with Kirby Roseanne's. In his latest one, Alien Worlds, the paper is way thinner, but it's still good paper. It's still better than the Amazon ship paper. Yeah. Met cute, where the character wants to be an artist, ends up in the poorhouse, and in an act of desperation to make rents, gets hustled into a sharing colouring book. I would watch the shit out of that show. Oh gosh. He meets the love interest here, gives him back the passion for art. Oh my gosh. The true rom-com that we all need in our life. It'd be called something like The Power of the Line or something, or Living Outside the Lines or something terrible like that. Oh gosh. To give it a weirdest catch. Oh god, this is sounding like one of those bad HBO made-for-TV movies. The Lines of Your Heart. There we go. The Lines of Your Heart. Get onto it, you know, I'm pretty sure you could sell it to Netflix. Oh gosh. Those 3 paragraphs are already better than the book. Yep. See, I don't regret the book now for how much stupid joy it has brought us to laugh at. I'll find something for it eventually, even if it's just to, like, absolutely destroy. Like, my nephew is getting to an age where he could start colouring as well, you know? It's like, here kid, have a trippy mushroom colouring book. Go. Set it during Christmas and you got a Hallmark holiday film? Heck yeah, heck yeah. Oh my god, I should create a Discord channel where you all can just, like, write this shitty rom-com 1 paragraph at a time. No plot, no planning, just you put in a paragraph when you're inspired and then the next person comes along and just adds in paragraphs. Oh my god. It really is. It's either, you know, somebody just being like, oh yeah, bullshit, do this, and just doing it for the, like, quick cash, or somebody was stoned out of their mind and thought this was a great idea. But what gets me is because, again, this came as a 2-pack and was one of the leftover ones sitting on the shelves, because I didn't order it in, I grabbed it because it was there. Somebody else got this colouring book as well. I might have left an absolutely scathing review on it on Mighty Ape. Just saying. You can find it on Mighty Ape. Do not buy it. Do not pay the full import price of it, because I believe it was like $24 to import in. I did not pay $24 for it. It haunts his dreams. Everywhere I go, I see that face. Oh my god. I love you guys. That was great. This was great. I'm so glad I pulled that book out now. Oh. We're getting there. Oops, I forgot to do all the stems like a smart person. I also forgot all those mushrooms over there. Cool, we're just working all over the place. That's fine. We've made some progress today, despite all the distractions, but it's also me. I mean, when am I not distracted on stream? I love being distracted. But I'm very, very happy with how this is turning out. It's looking super cute, and I'm really happy with the colour scheme. And once again, I actually don't think I'm going to need glitter on this page. I might add some to the background. I'll decide at the end. I have used glitter in this book, but it's like the same with this buns page over here. I didn't use any glitter on the page. Also, the paragraph, you're 13 years old again and just discovering fanfics and shipping. Oh my gosh. Yep. Oh my gosh. Really super high quality and melodramatic. I just can't. If I do another stroke of the pen, it's just going to be too much. I'm going to break my hands and I can never draw again. What do you mean stroke of the pen? You're using your mouse to copy and paste. Oh gosh. It's got to be like, you know, soap opera dramatic where, like, you know, I can't stop. I have to keep producing. No, you can give up. What about your artistic integrity? But you're pregnant. We have to. What about the baby? This mushroom totally loves this tiny mushroom, and I'll die if he's going out with that wingless head. Oh gosh. Oh, I'm glad I made a cup of tea. I keep on laughing so much. I need to... Oh, goodness. Okay, wish I had time to stay more with this fantastic internet about work and uni calls. I've been here for a bit just in time to see the Cursed Mushrooms colouring book. I'm glad you were here too, Chai. It was wonderful to see you, even for a moment. Good luck with uni and work, and I'm sure we'll catch you around at some points on the internet. Take care, lovely. Oh, my chest is also hurting a little bit from laughing. It's not like bad hurt, you know, when you just like laughed a lot and you can tell that like you've worked your chest muscles a bit. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm so glad I pulled the book out now. I don't know if I've still got it. I might have donated it. I had one other cursed colouring book. But I feel like I might have donated that one because I knew I wasn't going to use it. Just because the hands in it were like weird, and yeah. It was just like a fairies and unicorns and typical magical creatures type colouring book. It wasn't anything special, but some of the eyes and the hands in it were just weird in terms of perspective. So, but I'm pretty sure I might have donated that one now. So, I don't know. I kind of need to go through my colouring books. I don't like I view myself as a colouring book collector at this point. It's really just a justification for why I buy so many. But also, like, they do legit bring me a lot of joy. Like, when I'm feeling pretty shite, I will sit there, I will pull out the colouring books, and I'll just flip through the images. Like, a lot of the colouring books I have, they're just gorgeous to flip through. And then, you know, I love colouring in them. I obviously make a lot of content out of them. I really enjoy them. So, I don't mind that this is what I spend, what disposable income I have on them. And I do shop around and bargain hunt and do my best to try and make it in a way that I can afford. But yeah, I'm getting better about, like, for a while there I was just buying like everything. It's been a while since I've done something like that purchase where I just buy a bunch of random ones that I can't find information on. Usually I try to find like a flip through, and I'm trying to be better about buying books that I actually really love and will work in a lot. So, you know, I do also still buy the Colouring Heavens because I do love the Colouring Heavens and those magazines. But yeah, it's been a while since I've done the random purchase ones, but I do. Sometimes you find really interesting stuff in there. You gave yourself a headaches. Yeah, they are a great thing. I'm pretty excited that I finally got the 100th issue special of Colouring Heaven for the Enchanted Animals, which is the same artist, Kanoko Egusa. Been waiting for that one to come in. But yeah, I'm trying to like buy, if I purchase books, I'm trying to buy ones where I've seen a flip through and it is either like an artist that I really like the work of, I've seen a flip through and I really love the book and I'm going to work in it a lot, or, you know, trying to be a little bit more selective, because again, with the rise in the popularity of colouring books, but also the ease of making your own colouring books, and AI art, like the amount of AI art colouring books that are out there now is really frustrating as well. So yeah, just trying to be a bit more selective with what I choose in terms of colouring books. So there's certain artists like Kirby Rosan's, love, will always get. There's certain books that I just will get no matter what. But the rest of them I'm just trying to be a bit more selective of. But yeah, like the one that arrived when we started stream this morning, which I ordered like 2 months ago and finally came in. This is a new artist, but I did see flip throughs and I've seen a bit of her work done online and I actually really like it. She's got a really interesting style, and I don't have anything that is like this in terms of style, with these fairies and this odd, I don't even know how to describe the style, the very illustrative, lanky, stylized, cartoony, abstracty fairies. Like, it's a very unique style to what I have, but I like it. Though I think I just realized something, and I really hope it's not the case, but it might be the case. Okay. Oh, we've got a transfer of the lines there. Okay, no it doesn't. For a second there I thought we had repeating images, which is another trick some colouring books do, is that they will repeat an image. They give you 2 copies of the same image, which also annoys me. But no. It's nice to curate a collection, yeah. I mean, the collection's kind of ridiculous at this point. Oh. It's probably time to go through and cull some of it. There's definitely stuff in there that, like, from when I first started sort of collecting, and I brought stuff that I look back on, I'm like, I'm never ever going to colour in that now. There's also a couple of colouring book artists that I would love to be able to access and get the colouring books of, but just can't get them shipped to New Zealand, and or at least not very reasonably. There's this really Clara Markova, who is I believe she's Ukraine based, which is part of the reason why these issues and getting her artwork, obviously, with everything going on over there right now. But she has some really, really gorgeous colouring books. And you can buy them on, I think, Etsy is one place you can get them. They're redistributed, like someone purchases them and then in bulk and is selling them on there. But they're still going to cost me like $70 a colouring book to get in. But they're really gorgeous works. There's also a whole bunch of Amazon Japan colouring books that I kind of want to get into. Oh my gosh. There's one, I can't remember the artist's name, I'd need to find it again. But it's literally, it's really hard to find because it's not published anymore, but occasionally you can find copies for sale. And it's very similar to Kanoko Egusa's work, except it's all cats. And it's so freaking cute. It's like the cats enclosed doing, you know, like shopping in a village, and it's just so cute. And I want it so badly. And it's the same thing, like I can order it on Amazon Japan, but it's going to cost like $50 or $60 to get in that one colouring book. I've also never ordered anything on Amazon before. I did end up looking at Amazon Australia though recently, because there are a few colouring books that I can get on there that I can't easily get in New Zealand, and some of them, if I spend a certain amount, I can get some shipping, free shipping on, so that's not bad. So I might actually have to buy something off Amazon for once. You want to see the collection as a whole? Ooh, can I move my camera without causing complete trip out? Well, for a starter, let me chuck away a bunch that is sitting around me. Oh. Ooh. And let's not trip over. Oh my god, don't hurt yourself. We'll be good. Okay, let's just see something. Will that? No. Okay, I will put up a photo in the Discord. That's going to be the easiest way, because that's going to be like a drug trip. I could take down that camera on the ad break, but that's going to be a lot. So yeah, I'll just take a photo. But we are about to head into an ad break, so it's a really good time for me to do it anyway. So we're going to run this ad, and we're going to take this opportunity to stretch. Make sure you hydrate. I definitely need some water. And we will see you all in 3 minutes. Thank you to those of you who are going to Adland for us. Oh my god, that's so much better. Alright. Is that all the colouring books? We got the one we're working on. Nope, there's another one up there. And then technically, these are also colouring things. Which is great, because I can use that to hide some messy stuff. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. Alright, phone's in the pocket. Alright, I don't know how well it will show up, but we will post this. Right, before I post it, let me actually just see if I need to cut anything, and we'll do a little edit. As requested, big cardboard is the massive A2 colouring sheets. Alright, freedom! Right as we finish the ad break. Perfect timing. So there we go. In the Discord, in the general chat, should be the snapshot of my colouring book collection. Enjoy. It looks messy as fuck. I really should have cleaned up the bottom shelves because they're kind of just dumped in there. But that should give you an indication of some of the books. 7 ads and thankfully it's not a freaking cast commercials. Yeah, you still haven't got an ad. Love that for you. I love that. Enjoy your ad-free viewing then. If people don't have to go to Adland, that's even better. Damn them books, yeah. Just a few. So, for context, like I said, the big A2 sheet, so that big cardboard thing. So at the first stack of 3, the top shelf is mostly Kirby, Joanna, and then some like, I kind of classify them as landscapey books, like it's like a certain type of book. And then the next shelf down is my smaller books. So we've got like all my A Million by Lulu Mayo series. All my short books basically live in there. And then also my hardcovers. So my Hannah Carlson, Maria Trial, and then the A4 long books, which are the astrology and Mystic Animals. And it's a certain type of series. It's organized to me. And in that very bottom shelf in the first 3 stack are the books that I really don't colour in a lot of. They're kind of like, that's where the mushroom book is. Books go there to die. It's my least favourite books down there. And then on the second, the right hand side 3 stack, that top shelf there, the right hand side is my nerdy books. So we've got like the D&D books, Witcher, Critical Role, any sort of TV show, movie type theme books go in there. And then the other side is meant to be sort of like girly, I think I was theming it originally. So these like the princesses and the Symphony of Cute Animals lives there. But then also like the horror one is in there for some reason, which is probably more on the TV side, but isn't really landscape. I don't know, it's kind of weird. And then the next shelf down is the oversized books. So that's got like the Game of Thrones one that's way too big for the shelf, and the and Stokes, and then it's also got all my PDFs that are printed ones, and then that very bottom shelf with the massive stack is all my Colouring Heaven magazines. Yeah, SciPy is our ad tag today, and we greatly appreciate them for it. I am all good if you don't get ads. I would rather you did not get ads. Like I said, the point of the ads isn't for like, because for full transparency, I do earn a couple of cents from you watching ads. It's not the point of the ads. It's a nice little bonus. It's not necessary. I don't stream to make money. The ads, they do remove the pre-roll ads, which I'm really not a fan of. But the main reason I run ads is that actual physical hourly reminder for me to get up, to stretch, to take a break, which I need to do because otherwise things hurt. And streaming shouldn't cause me physical pain. We're doing alright at the moment. I can feel we are starting to get a bit sore. So this will be the last hour if we make it the full hour. But we will do our best. We have got a lot done. Like, I'm very happy with the progress today. You got a co-pilot with you for now? Heck yeah. You got one ad. Heck yeah. Her page is looking really good. Thank you. I really am enjoying Kanoko's work. I find it so cute. Again, I often use colouring as a little bit of an escape of the world. So these pages being full of, you know, sweet, adorable animals, it really just helps with that escapism. And I think that's why I'm really enjoying Kanoko's work. I don't know, it just makes me happy. I'm not sure what colour we're doing the mice yet, but we'll figure that out. And that's why I keep on mentioning, you know, you can actually get these pages for free if you want to try colouring it, because I just think they're fantastic. I have Amy's colouring book problem, but with washi tape, and I do not see a single tape I want to use right now. Heck yeah. Yeah. I get it though. Washi tape, I could see myself very easily falling down that deep dive. I already have a little bit of washi tape, but not a lot. I actually need to put my new ones away in my box. Washi tapes are so pretty though. I have to pull out the washi tape box anyway and find one of the ones that have got words that I will never actually use for clothing to mark my pencils again, to mark which ones. I have the spare backup so I can work out what pencils I need to order. Because I know I'm getting low on a couple of pencils, so I probably need to do a pencil restock. It's super cute, like Beatrix Possa, all those little Silverian families. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of that as well. I think that's also why I like it. It's actually one colouring book I don't have, a Beatrix Potter one. I know they are out there. There's one that I still want to get that I know Smolt got, and oh, I want to get it because I've seen Smolt's work in it, and I'm just like, I want it, and that's the Stephanie Law one. And I can access it and I can order it in. It's on the wish list as well. There's also another one that I want to order in. I haven't seen anyone colouring in this one, but I'd like to order it in. And it's called Limitless Heroes, and it's D&D themed, or tabletop roleplay fantasy themed, but all the characters in it have disabilities, and it talks about different things with the disabilities in it. So it's got like characters in wheelchairs, but it also talks about like autism and like difficulties that we may face as represented through adventuring heroes, which I just think is really cool. So yeah. Here's a glitter vault, a washi tape vault, and a giant stick of paper that keeps growing. Yeah, the Stephanie Law one is gorgeous. It really is. And seeing Smolt's flip through and what Smolt has done in there just made me fall in love with it even more. Because I watched a couple of flip throughs on YouTube so I could see the details of it, but then seeing what Smolt created in it, and I'm just like, I'm gonna need this. So yeah, it's like $45 for me to get it in though. Plus a 2-month wait. But I can get it in. And $45, it's a lot, but that's also for a lot of the overseas colouring books that are specialty. That's not bad, because again, a lot of those ones are like 60 plus. So $45's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Yeah, Stephanie Law's art is also really gorgeous, so... And I know if I got it, I would also want to like play with inks and wet media in there as well, because that's what inspired it. So. Oh, all right. I'm liking it. I still think we need to darken some stuff. Like, it's still not feeling like we've got enough darks in there, but we still have a lot of white. So I'll finish off the white and then I might need to go back and just darken some of these areas. I also still have no idea what this is at the bottom of the mushroom and how to treat it. But I think I am going to take this terracotta colours and do these sort of more oyster mushrooms in it, because I think it will just look really nice if I take that orange and bring it up here, and then if we take those browns and bring it up here. I don't know if we'll get all this done, but we'll get started on it anyway. One of the things that I really want to try and explore more doing in my colouring books as well is using up a bunch of my like art journaling and scrap journaling, the art journaling scrapbooking supplies, because like I have a ton of stamps and I have some really freaking cute stamps as well, and I've always thought it'd be a really cool idea to add them to a colouring page. I just always forget, but I keep meaning to. And I've got all these like beautiful papers that I could load up in the background. Like, there's a lot that I could do, but then I just get to a page and I'm like, pencils! And then I just get lost in my pencils. But it also depends on the page, like, and the colouring book and how I'm approaching things, and yeah. Used rubber stamps as clothing patterns before. Ooh, actually that's a really good idea. Ooh, I should pull out my stamps and have a look through at all the patterns, because I'm sure there's a bunch of pattern ones in there too. Yeah, because you'd have to like find a way to protect around the area so you don't, you know, stamp over, which, you know, easy enough to do. And then yeah, because you could also use, like, for UPB, I'm guessing you can, because I know you can directly colour on the stamps too with like felt pens or alcohol markers and stuff too to transfer it. Probably not alcohol markers, they probably dry a bit quicker, but water-based pens could work as well. So I wouldn't necessarily, because I don't have many colours of ink pads, although I do have my distress inks as well, which could work as ink pads, because those are essentially pads as well. Ooh, ideas. Phoebe coming in with the awesome ideas again. Alcohol markers work great. Okay. It would depend again on the book with the double-sidedness of books. Like, obviously I can't use alcohol markers in this book. Look at the bird with the kitties. So cute. Oh, the brain wigglies. Yeah. Oh, the ideas. In fact, I need to stop for a second because I can feel... Ooh, we're just going to stop for 2 seconds. Since we have to stop, let's find the box. Owies. Look, half of them aren't even in the box. Oh! But yeah, so I've got a bunch of like these really cute little animal ones. But yeah, there's a bunch of like ones like this where you get just patterns. Nope, you're stickers. You're not even the right box. Ooh. I really need to relabel these boxes. Of course, you'll be the one at the bottom. Can I get you out? Can I get you out? It's gonna be the question. Come on, man. Come on. That's right, you have to go under the washi tape box, which is so overfilled that nothing can sit on top of you. Oh! I'm going to send you some pics on Messenger, the things I did with my stamps. Yes, please. If you've got the internet too, yes, please. I hear my phone binging. So there's my actual stamps. But yeah, so like that there, just texture. Why have I got papers in here? You don't belong in here. Or stencils. This is meant to be stamps, not stencils. Sea creatures. Lots of florals. Letters. Box, more letters. Oh. More blocks down there. So yeah, these like, that's like vintage textile. I used that one a lot when I was art journaling. Since we're here, we might as well put away these ones. There's not as many pattern ones as I thought I had, but there are a couple, so... And these little flowers and things that could work for details as well. You went for a phase with rub-ons too? Yeah, I got a pile of them too! But again, I was mostly using them in art journaling. Ugh, I'm gonna have to sort you out afterwards. And we're just gonna chuck you in here because you're gonna annoy me being all over the desk till I find out where to put you. There's a little bit in there. That could be an idea. Something to play with. I see. Ooh. That's cool. Especially the one with white ink. Frick, that's cool. Such a good idea. Thank you, PB. I have ideas now. Hydrate. Good idea. Sci-fi. Yay, we didn't drop the lid this time. Okay. Thank you for the hydrate. Hope everyone's got some water and is hydrating. I'll have to go through and have a look and then see, because I've got some pages where I need some background ideas, so that could be a really cool idea. Oh, Alright. Come on, hands. Let's just try and finish these mushrooms at least. Oh, no, we definitely need the extender today. I have stamp suits, maybe experiment with them? Absolutely. PB, are you okay with me showing the images that you just sent me on stream? Because I would love to show them off and also show why I am suddenly very inspired. Of course. Thank you. I always like to check first. So, the two that got sent through to me, and hopefully I can pick them up and show you justice. But you can see the detail on the dress here of the stamp patterns working like details of the fabric, which is so good. So good. And just that slight subtle color difference really makes it read as fabric. Like, it really looks like details on the fabric. But then this one is the one I was like, oh shite. So this page here, this is white ink on the background on stamps. And it's just like, that is damn effective. And then with that little splatter on top as well, or dots possibly, but that little background difference, really cool. I really like that, and that's what got me thinking of, I've got a bunch of backgrounds that I need to fill in, and this is really cool. Yeah, I'm like, now that I'm seeing it, I'm like, I vaguely remember you doing this. I vaguely remember you colouring in stamps with alcohol markers, and it's coming back to me, but I obviously like just slipped into the back of my mind. But such a good idea. Oh, you found another one? Oh, let's see. You know, if I was smart, I would have opened up Messenger on the computer and then captured that and shown you it directly on stream rather than showing you it via my phone. Then you would have seen it in better detail. There we go. Okay, yeah, I will avoid this one on stream just in case. This one is got a bit of blood and gore, but that is a really excellent use of blood and gore stamps. So I see what you mean. That is really cool. And a really good way to like control the splatter with making it look like it is splatter. That's really cool. Yeah, just in case. Just in case. I have no idea what playlist is playing today. I didn't even actually check if it was like royalty free and it could play it on stream. I hope it is. I've kind of enjoyed it today though. It's been very like housey. If I remember, yeah, the sponges I do remember. Yeah, it's definitely your cup of tea, FUD, and if PB's okay with it, I can forward it to show you, or PB, if you have a direct link of it somewhere online, we could send it through that way. I just in case, because we don't know who's there, we don't know who's lurking, and I know blood is a trigger for a lot of people, so just to be safe, I would rather just keep it safe from stream. Again, I don't know everybody's triggers. I can't like, I cannot physically make stream 100% safe for everybody, but I can do my best, and if I am aware of a trigger, I will do my best to make sure that is not going to appear on stream. Okay, this one we can show. But it might not be soon. Okay, perfect. Yep, I'll just flick it through that way. But this is another one. So from what you just said, you use stamps to create the pattern, and then you use colored pencils to outline it on the kimono, which so good. Look at that belt. So good. I love this piece. Just thinking if this is one of the ones I have a print of. I've got a bunch of your work in prints. I've still got like the collection on the wall. That's what I was just looking at. I've got a literal collection on the wall. Like, I have a few in little trading pocket sleeves, and then I've got a like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 picture frame with a bunch of prints, and I know I've got more prints in the cupboard as well. Oh. Get back up there, please. Nope. Sort that out afterwards. Yeah. You might have the remake of it? Possibly. Possibly. Alright. Well, I remember. Bad. There you go, FUD. It's been sent to you via Messenger. Do 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 do. Yeah, I think I still have a bunch of your old prints in my cupboard as well. Just because I have run out of room of frames. I actually have some spare frames somewhere too. God, I need to clean up my place. I just have crap everywhere. I'm in like a real mood lately to do a massive declutter. Like, I'm just in that sort of mood where I just want to, like, get rid of everything. Except my colouring books. I can never declutter art stuff. That's the problem. Yeah, I mean, that would be a really good one for October to redraw. Halloween. Yeah, it is the remake I'm thinking of. So pretty though. Oh, so pretty. Look at it. I mean, the colours are obviously me. It's blue, purple, pink. I love those colours. But, oh, just so pretty. And yeah, all this stamp work again. I'm going to have to try it. I've got a page in Hanakausen that I've been working on, and it's got like this big background area. In fact, again, my hands are just not cooperating right now, so we're just going to stop for a bit. I can feel they're not working right. I chucked it back on the shelf because I took the photo. We back. We back. We back. We back. No, that was definitely my internet. Restart the captions. We are back. Oh goodness. Yep, that was another dropout my end. Quick. Ad manager, stop the ad. Turn off the ad manager. Save changes. Go away. Cool. Stream manager. Did we disable before the ads came in? Yes! Right, nobody should be getting an ad. Remember to do that quickly. Because I have it set up to automatically play the ads every hour, but if I get in there quick enough before... if we get in there quick enough before the ads start, I can sometimes catch it and stop an ad starting on a restart. I've learnt that with all the dropouts. Mostly I just want to stop the ads because I think I am going to start wrapping up here. So, but yeah, this is one of the ones that I've been working on, and of course I've got a whole bunch of background space here, and I was thinking, what am I going to do on this? And I was like, well, I can pull out the stress inks, but you know, what else are we going to do? So I think I'm going to experiment with putting a bunch of stamps on there because I think that could be really cool. So thanks for the idea. But yeah, I think we're going to call it here. The internet is obviously being a poop, and I'm feeling sore. I'm feeling everything start to lock up. Everything is starting to get a bit burny, and we're getting pretty close to 2 o'clock anyway, where I would have ended stream regardless. So I think I feel okay to call it about here, take a bit of a break, have some lunch. But we are going to find someone to raid. Before I go in there and make it so I can't type, we're going to remember to bring up our raid message, because we have a raid message that I always forget about, because I'm smart like that. So feel free to copy and paste that into the channel, but let's see where we're going to go. We've got a couple of people on that we can raid, apparently. Alright, of course Pengy's on, playing Outer Worlds. Could rank Kiro, who is doing art. However, there's somebody we're going to raid who I never get to raid, who is on at a very odd time for them, but also we're going to take advantage of this. Provided I can raid into them. We can. We're going to go and raid Ruby. Now, Ruby is playing Assassin's Creed, so it's completely different to what we would normally go and do. However, Ruby is lovely. She is one of my favorite people. She's positive and kind, and I adore her. She normally streams at night, so I never get to raid her. But we're going to go raid her. So make sure you've got that message copy and pasted. And even if you just want to pop over and say hi and then bounce out again, please just come over for the raid and say hi. It'd be really lovely to just go over there and support Ruby. So yeah, in the meantime, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Remember to keep taking your meds and hydrating and taking care of yourself, because we appreciate you. Oh yeah, she might still have her chat as verified. Let's find out. I can't remember. It's, yeah, if you can't, I do apologize. I forgot about that aspect, but yeah, we'll go over and say hi if we can. But thank you so much for being here, making me laugh and just making me feel okay through all of this. It's been a pretty bad pain day for me, but I've really been able to push through thanks to all of you being so lovely and wonderful and kind and funny and just making me laugh and have a good time. So I really appreciate you all being here. Thank you to Sandwich for resubbing. I think that was the only sub we got this today, but if I missed anyone, blame the brain. Mental break. Not mental break, mental block. Mental break is a very different thing. We should be back Friday with some more colouring. There may be some midweek streams if I'm up to it of Fae Farm, because I really want to get back to it. If not, we will be back on Sunday with Fae Farm as well. And if I don't see you before then, I'll see you around on the internet at some of the other streams that we all like to hang out with and in the Discord and stuff. But in the meantime, see you later. It might help if I actually go to the channel.